Yeah, it's not popping up.
Just refresh and wait.
Yeah, I see it on Twitch, not on YouTube yet.
It'll pop up.
So we're on Twitch right now.
Yeah, I guess there's a delay.
There's a little.
Probably a delay.
Look, you're on air right now. What you're saying right now is going to get recorded. So.
Fantastic. Hello,
All right,
everyone.
There you go.
Everyone, I guess we should announce ourselves in order.
All right, so go ahead and introduce yourselves. You can go ahead.
I'm waiting on you.
All right, so hey, welcome whoever's watching. I'm sackchief. We're doing a little live stream tonight. Gonna answer some questions and stuff. And I'm gonna play a little bit of Dragon Quest XI while we do that. I'm just getting set up right now. I have my two co-hosts right now, Ryan and Wolfsbane.
Hey, how's it going, everyone? Hey, Daisy. All right, cool. I'm seeing everybody. Yep, Poison X, we definitely want Dragon Quest XI here. Oh, hey, so my name is Ryan. I've worked with Sack a couple of times. I was in the DIE stream last week, and then he appeared in my Dragon Quest XI video. I run Battle Geek Plus, so make sure to check that out.
And hello, my name is Wolfsbane101, and I'm just friends with sackchief. I also popped in on the last DIE stream, and I do absolutely nothing except for harass these guys constantly.
Yep, and now he's going to harass us live on stream.
Well, at least I'll be entertaining to some degree.
All right, anyways, what questions you guys got, we will answer. So yeah, oh yeah, we all want a remake of Dragon Quest IX, which I really want to replay. I know you've been replaying 9 Wolves.
Yes, I have. I haven't touched it in a little bit, but I have been playing it. Yes.
All right, that's cool because I have not touched it in like 10 years, and I want to again.
Yeah, it's fun, but like with the multiplayer not being around anymore, like all the online features, it feels like a little less. So if it does get remade and it's on the Switch, hopefully that stuff comes back and lasts a while, you know?
Right. Let's see.
Or they just somehow figure out a way to incorporate that stuff without the online, if they can, but if they can do it with the online, awesome.
Yeah, okay, so like Zelda fan is saying we want a Dragon Quest III remake. Yeah, I heard rumors that there might be a Dragon Quest III remake because of the new Unreal Engine, but we'll have to see.
Yeah, you'd think they'd remake 1, 2, and then 3 because of the way the story structure is, but who knows?
Yeah, well, for some reason, I feel, I don't know if they will remake the third game because, like, they just released that collection on the Switch.
That is true. They could. The way I would have done it is like maybe remake all 3, like maybe turn like Dragon Quest 1 into like the tutorial level,
Right?
You know, and like you play through that on your own, and like you condense it down into one because there's not a lot that goes on anyways.
Okay,
and then,
gotcha.
like, somehow incorporate 2 in a weird way, like maybe also shorten that a bit and like have that in, like be like, here's how the party system works, and then you dive into 3, and you know.
Right.
But again, that's just me spitballing idiot ideas out like I constantly do.
All right. All right. So Protector K Draco says, "Well, does anyone think the anime will get dubbed and subbed?" From what I heard, it might be subbed by Crunchyroll, maybe dubbed by Funimation, but we don't know yet. We'll have to see. And then Kellen, yeah. And then after that, Kellen says,
I was just gonna say 95% chance it will be on Crunchyroll.
Right. And then after Kellen says, should I spend the money to get 5 and 6 on DS even though you have them on the phone? Actually, like a couple of weeks ago, I spent money on 5 and 6 for DS because I just wanted them back so badly, and it cost me a lot. So if you want them for your collection, then yes. Even though it's probably going to cost you 3 times more than what they were back when they were released. And I know Wolves, you still have yours, right?
Yes, I have the entirety of the
Nice.
Dragon Quest, like on DS, Game Boy, all that.
And you actually never sold yours, right? Oh,
no,
nice.
never sold them.
Yeah, because I'm rebuying them again because like 10 years ago when I needed rent money, I had to sell them, which really sucked. But now I have a better job now, so So I have been rebuying a lot of Dragon Quest stuff.
Hey, so the I tweeted right now.
Okay.
Yeah, just
cool.
make sure to retweet everyone, and hopefully more people will
Yeah,
join.
yeah.
All right, cool. All right, I'm saying we're live, everybody.
Yep. Any
We're
questions
Cool,
you have, just
cool,
ask.
Cool.
This is freaking Dragon Quest XI on the PC. Look how nice that is compared to the Switch version. Look at that.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I've been wanting
too
to get
bad
the PC
Switch,
version.
Too bad the Switch version has all the cool stuff.
The Switch version has
Yeah.
all the good shit in it, but the PC version runs so well. It's like so smooth and like sharp.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but do you really need a turn-based RPG to run that smooth?
It's nice. You got to be here to see it.
Yeah, I've been tempted to get the
I've-
PC version just
I
for the
bought
mod.
I bought the PC version of DQ11 a few days after the PS4 version came out. I bought them all almost simultaneously. 'Cause
Okay.
I wanted to get all those
Because
mods.
of course he does, because he loves Dragon Quest.
Yeah.
Okay, so Poison X says, do you think the new DQ anime and games will draw more people to play the DQ franchise? I would definitely say, yeah, if Dai does well, it should.
I think the anime itself
I
will be
thi-
more of a draw.
I think Dai will draw in people because like more people watch anime than they do video games, and there is some overlap. And you know, typically people who watch anime also like to play the video games of the anime they watch. I mean, look at Dragon Ball, Naruto, and One Piece for examples. So if it does well, they'll probably get the tie-in game if it comes over here to the West. And if that doesn't do it for them, they'll be like, oh, there's these other Dragon Quest games, let's give this a shot.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna import it anyways, but I will also buy it again in English if it comes out.
well, I don't speak Japanese or read Japanese, so I'm going to just wait for the one that comes out over here. So, you know,
Right.
because I'm that kind of fan.
Let's see. Definitely play 5. Yes, I agree. I don't want
Yeah,
one as
5's
long as
great.
Let's see. I don't want one as long as Dragon Quest 7. Yes, that game was long. How long did it take you guys to beat 7?
100 hours.
I don't
Yeah.
remember because it's been so long, but I remember I spent an ungodly amount of time on it.
Yeah, I remember just casually playing the DS version. I beat it in 61 hours, but that's still pretty long. Oh, hey, Marty.
Yeah, it took so long. Like I want to say like over 100 hours.
So that's probably accurate. It took about 100, I'd say.
Like, but that was also because like I was not making smart decisions, so I made the game harder on myself. So
Yeah,
you know.
I mean, I was only doing the bare minimum needed to beat the game, and it still took over 60 hours.
Yeah.
All right, so what do you want in Dragon Quest 12 in terms of gameplay and setting? Should it have a steampunk setting?
Oh. We've
Medieval
talked about
fantasy.
this. Here's the thing. Like, I can see futuristic stuff kind of working because they make it kind of work in the builders games with some of the vehicles and whatnot. But
Yeah, and-
there's just this certain charm to the fantasy aesthetic that like a lot of RPGs don't really stick to anymore.
Right.
I mean, like, if you, like, the way I look at it is, you know, if you want your steampunk and your more futuristic cyber stuff, you'll go to your Final Fantasies for it, and for, like, maybe more true to the fantasy setting, you'd go to, you know, Dragon Quest, you know, but I'm not opposed to the idea if they can make it work.
Yeah, because I know Dragon Quest X has a lot of futuristic stuff, but I know a lot of people haven't played it yet, so I think it could definitely work. I still prefer, you know, like the old-fashioned castles and medieval stuff like in the past games. So I hope 12 is like that, and I hope 12 actually brings back the class system too.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, so we can have like warriors, monks, priests, mages again.
Yeah, essentially, what I think would be more interesting is if they could somehow meld the old school fantasy with some of the more futuristic stuff together in a weird way, like maybe have like technology here and there, just not everywhere.
Right.
And yeah, the class system I like because, you know, more variety, more weapons, but I still want to have like party members who are defined characters.
Right, yeah, because I know 9 had the train.
Yeah, and I think what would be cool would be, say, like the main character, you can be male or female, and like I'm not
Right,
I'm not gonna say full on character creation, but some customization, like maybe skin color, eye color, hairstyle, you know, to that degree. But you
Yeah,
know, nothing
exactly.
too insane.
Right.
I think it would be cool.
Let's see. A crossover between Dragon Ball and Dragon Quest would be called Dragon Ball Quest. Well, we have
if you guys knew me, I've been working on something in the background.
yeah. Once Wolf says it out, you should see it.
It'll be a while.
Let's see. Yeah, they already have Dragon Quest Heroes, which is like the Dynasty Warriors games. Have you guys played games like Pokemon, Sonic, Crash, and Mega Man? Yeah, I played. I'm mostly a fan of Sonic and Mega Man out of those four.
I played Sonic. I played Mega Man. My connection to Pokemon is very, very limited. I've only played like one Pokemon game, and it was like for the 3DS. And like I watched like the first 2 seasons of the Pokemon anime when I was younger. So,
I sadly do not have any connection to Pokemon because it came out at the same time Dragon Ball Z was getting popular here, so I stuck with Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon Ball was more my thing too. So
let's see. Do you think Dragon Quest 12 will finally popularize Dragon Quest in the USA? I hope it gets more. I hope Dai is the thing that actually gets popularized, but it depends. Yeah, like Wolf said.
Yeah. It just depends on if like there's enough groundswell and more people have to hear about it. Like Smash was one thing that popped off for 11, and you know Nintendo was pushing it really hard.
Exactly.
You know, and then there was us in the background all trying to like really push it. You know, more and more. So maybe I don't know. It just depends on like if we'll jump on the hype train by then. I can really only thing I can really speculate on.
Yeah, so E4C, actually in Dragon Quest X you can travel to the future. That's all I'm gonna say without any spoilers.
Yeah, there is technology in Dragon Quest X, isn't there? Like you drive around in a car.
Oh yeah, definitely.
There's hover cars and Tron bikes, like I've seen them.
Yep, and robots.
Yeah, so like the idea of like technology existing in Dragon Quest, like and it still being a fantasy setting, isn't out of the realm of possibility.
All right. Hey, Victor from Spain. How are you?
Victor from Spain.
Are there a lot of viewers tonight? It's like 35 people, right?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of people coming in, which is great.
Not bad.
Nice. We're getting some people.
Oh, hey, Mike. Yeah, it is definitely version 4 with the time travel.
Yeah, just no spoiler-roonies for anyone in here who happens to be playing Dragon Quest 10 or is interested in playing 10, but is too impatient to wait on a localization that probably never happened. Maybe, I don't know.
Right. Yeah, so actually Kyle says we should add a gun to die to appeal to American audiences.
Yeah.
There is a gun and die. There's a gun and die.
There is a gun. There is.
The character Mom uses a special gun and die, right? That has magic bullets, and they shoot. The bullets have spells, basically like they have like different like zap spell and like phrase and stuff. Like she would like put it into a bullet and shoot it because she can't use magic at the beginning. She has really bad magical skills.
I was just gonna make a joke of like, yeah, let's take Dai's sword away and just give him an AK-47 or an AR-15.
Yeah, well now I know this anime is gonna be a hit.
I feel like that's secretly Komodo's burner account because he wants to add guns to everything.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
Let's see. I'll say get 2 galaxy rings from the Game Lord. Oh, actually, someone asked if we want any new builders or heroes.
Builders 3 would be based on DQ3, right?
Probably.
I'd like that actually. That'd be cool. It would be like an open world game and stuff. That'd be neat.
Here's the thing for me is like I'm not the biggest fan of builders myself. Like I'm just not into the building game genre, and like the Heroes games weren't really like I've played a few. Like I played Hyrule Warriors and I played the first DQ Heroes, and you know it was all right. It's just
Right.
it just feels mindless. Like they're not bad by any means. It's just there's only so many times I can mash the X button on my controller before I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, like I mean, I have both builders and I have both Heroes games. I have not played them. I have not had the time to play them, but I keep hearing they're good.
I played a little bit of Builders. It's like Builders 2. It's good, but it's a time sink. Like I don't have the time for that.
Right. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. Let's see. I have DQ Walk. I have barely played it though, and obviously because of the pandemic, I have not gone out to actually play it. So I don't know much about.
Can't you play DQ Walk like indoors? I think Christoph, who is another one of our DQ friends, for those out there wondering, I believe he said that he was able to play it from inside.
Oh really? I mean, when I played it like last year or something. I mean, well, I was at work most of the time, so I didn't have a lot of room to walk. How hard for Infinity Strash? Oh, I'm excited for Infinity Strash, even though I think that name is hilarious.
Okay, so Strash.
Yeah, I don't even know. I don't know what Strash is. Like, is that like just?
It's a move.
Or is that supposed to?
Oh, it's a move. Okay.
It's a move and die. It's a technique actually. So it makes sense.
Well, see, that makes more sense. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not just some weird word they made up.
That was confusing for me.
Yeah, I don't blame you, Protector Draco. A lot of people have been playing Animal Crossing. I mean, so that is also a time sink. And Arturo for Mariz. Yes, I definitely agree. Release the Zenithian trilogy on Switch.
Oh yeah, we need all of the Dragon Quest games on Switch. Like honestly, I'd like for them to pull they don't even need to remake 8, but you know I'd like for a remake. But even just an HD port to Switch of 8 would be awesome.
Oh God, I would love an HD port of 8.
You know what?
I mean,
it's fine as is, and I'd play it.
Yeah, I would play it for the third time.
Well, you guys played the 3DS version, right?
Oh yeah,
yes,
I played the
PS2.
PS2.
I've played the PS2 and the 3DS version.
Yep.
3DS version, I'd say, is probably definitive. If it wasn't for the graphics, I'd say it would easily be the best version.
There's also there's one thing that I believe that didn't they remove like super high tension from the 3DS version?
Probably. They removed a lot of stuff.
I believe.
Actually.
Yeah, they also got rid of the orchestrated score.
And there's also no first-person camera.
Right. Oh yeah.
But again, I'd like for an HD remaster or an HD port of like 8, and then have like all the good elements from both versions, and just slap it into the Switch and call it like Dragon Quest 8 Definitive Edition or something, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Nightshade is asking. Yeah. So like Nightshade is asking if the new DQ monsters will be on the PS5. Most likely, I think, since it is in development hell.
Maybe. I feel like that game's getting reworked.
Yeah.
I really do. I feel like they're either going to turn it into, I feel like they're going to try to ape Pokemon, like how they've been doing things for the last few years with like the custom avatar and all that. I feel like they're going to try that and ditch the Eric and Mia storyline.
Right.
Something just tells me.
So E4C asks, what do we want in DQ14? Well, we need to wait for... We need to get for 12 and 13 first, but what I want in DQ14 is, I don't know.
I want DQ14. I want DQ14 to like tuck me in at night.
Yeah, same here. It needs to tell me how much it loves me.
Stories. Yeah, I want it to read me bedtime stories too.
Yeah, it needs to read me bedtime stories of the past Dragon Quest games.
Oh yeah, dude. And then like when it tucks me in, it gives me like a slime plush to go to sleep with. Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
there you go.
That's just wholesome right there.
Let's see. Do you think there will be a Heroes 3? I mean, I need to beat the first 2, but I'm pretty sure we might get a 3.
I think there'll be a 3. If there's a 2, there'll be a 3.
Yep, it'll be a perfect trilogy.
Muso games, which is the genre they're called, Muso games, they typically do well. They have their fans. There's
Yeah.
also apparently there is the good ones and the bad ones, and like apparently Hyrule Warriors and the Dragon Quest ones are the good ones, made by the
Right.
good development team,
Yeah, which is good. Let's see.
which are both series I love dearly.
Is it because you're a Zelda fan, not a Dragon Quest fan? LOL.
Oh,
That's-
I'm a fan of both, bro.
Yep, me too. So what's the difference between 1 and 2? I have no idea.
1 and 2 for heroes.
Oh, for
Probably
builders.
storyline and character.
Oh, for builders, there's a lot of differences. Builders 1 is
Characters,
like,
storyline.
yeah, it's a lot more like you have like more limits in Builders 1. Builders 2 really improves the game like crazy. It's more of an open world game, while Builders 1 is more like level based and there's less collectibles and less. It's like Builders 2 is just better in every way possible.
Oh, okay, cool.
I
Yeah.
just call it Dragon Craft.
Dragoncraft. Yep, I agree,
Yeah.
Samuel. Jade is the best.
Yeah,
I love my Jade.
Jade is best waifu.
Best waifu. Yeah, I'm pretty sure 12 will be on the PS5, Arma.
Yeah, of course.
I hope it's on
It'll be on
PC.
PS5, possibly Switch, and PC for sure.
I'd really
Yeah.
like a PC port, because like look at this.
Oh, yeah.
It'll be developed. It'll be developed alongside. You know, it will be.
Okay, my prediction is next year we're gonna get a 12 announcement, Dragon Quest Day 2021. That's my
Yeah.
I think
prediction.
you're giving it a little. I think you're being a little too optimistic there, pal.
Nope, I 100% I think it's gonna happen.
Listen,
Right.
with what's going on currently, which I'm not going to say because I don't know how Twitch and YouTube are using the word. So I'm just going to say with what's
The C
currently
word.
going on with
Yeah.
with the virus, the pandemic. They may have had to halt production on that, so it might be a little bit. Maybe I can't. I don't like quote me on that, but I'm just assuming.
Let's see. You have a feeling DQ12 will be a time switch exclusive? We'll have to see about that.
I don't think so, honestly. I feel like
Yeah.
they know that they have a big because a lot of JRPG fans are on Sony's consoles. I think if it is a time exclusive, it'll be on like Sony's hardware before anything else.
Yeah. So Zelda fan says there's a Dragon Quest Mystery Dungeon. Oh yeah, there's a lot of Mystery Dungeon Dragon Quest type games.
Hmm.
I think Dragon Quest Mystery Dungeon was made by Nakamura. It was made by Koichi Nakamura. He's the original director of. It was Nakamura, right?
Yeah, I
I
think
think
so.
so.
He's the
You're
director.
the Dragon Quest guy.
Yeah, he's the creator of Dragon. He's a co-creator of Dragon Quest. So, and then you had Tornico, and that happened. So Mystery Dungeon actually has its roots completely in Dragon Quest, 100%.
Let's see. When is your story coming out on Blu-ray? Well, it's already out in Japan.
It's out on.
I don't
Yeah, it's
know.
out on Blu-ray in Japan.
Here, if you want it, go. You might want to go try checking a dumpster. You might find it there. I'm not sorry.
Which floor? One of these is gonna crash me down.
Okay, so what other questions do we have? Or did I just cause everyone to leave? Like, oh, he hates your story? How dare. You're allowed to like a thing, guys. I don't care.
Some people do get pissed when you say you don't like your story. I think I was a little harsh on it.
Come
When
on, if you like it, that's cool. It's just not for me.
I mean, I liked it. I thought the ending was decent. I didn't hate it as much as most people did.
The ending wasn't my cup of tea, so yeah, that's all I'll say.
Yep,
There's
worries.
probably people who still haven't seen it, and if you haven't, like, I don't blame you. But on the other hand, on Netflix and like, there's other places you could acquire it. So
Okay, so checking out. Oh hey, how's it going, boob? Oh, how's it going, boob tube? Oh no, I'm not playing Dragon Quest.
what is
It's
this?
actually
that would be
I've never
it's
seen
actually
this
that would be
before.
Mr. Sackington.
Yeah.
Wait, is there like a
Exactly.
boss? Like, is this like a mini boss or something, or what are these guys? I never. They're not in my.
Focus.
Hold on a sec.
Zach, focus.
Okay. Any questions?
Why I said no video games, but here we are.
Yeah.
So you guys, this is
Spoiler
what
free,
happens
please.
when you play video games and live stream at the same time. Like, this man just can't focus on anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't.
I'm calling you out. I'm calling you out live on channel, Sack. How many other wonderful questions have we gotten from people?
I have a question. What's a Dragon Quest? It's a quest about dragons, apparently.
Yes, indeed. It is a wholesome series that everyone should give a chance.
Sack has a tiny brain.
Did the binarium
really
say that?
does, guys.
That was Binarium, wasn't it?
You have no idea.
Yeah, it's Binarium.
Yeah, it was. I knew it.
Dude, well, here's the thing. That's true. I've known Sack for about a year now. And yeah, he has the tiny brain.
Alright, so I've never fought these guys before. So after the game is over, these dudes start populating random like parts of the crypt. Like, so this is like a weird like exclusive boss character, and he's not even chasing me. Die.
This is going from a Q&A to a let's play really fast.
Yep.
It's my instinct. Alright, any more questions?
See, 119 for the Switch. Well, it's been in the talks, so
Yeah, I'm hoping.
let's
If it
see.
looks anything like 11 does, I'll be happy. But there's something deep down in my chest that tells me it's going to be very chibi styled. Still, it's just gonna look HD.
Let's see. Like Josh Harris says, did you think DQ7 was too long? I definitely say yes. There's a lot that actually could have been trimmed from DQ7.
Oh
You know, yeah, like to make it 40 hours, but yeah, but most people beat it in like 80 to 100. I beat it in 61 doing the bare minimum.
The way I look at it, and I guess, yeah, I think the game is too long. But I'll also say this: is I don't think there's such a thing as a bad Dragon Quest game. I just think there are ones that aren't as good as some of the others, but that's subjective.
Yeah, exactly, Wolf. I agree with you.
Everyone here has their favorite.
Let's see. So, what do you like about Dragon Quest, and who are your favorite ladies in all the games? Name one from each game. Oh well, that's a lot. So that's a huge.
What the hell?
Honestly, I couldn't name them all from all the games because
Yeah, I couldn't name them either.
I have the memory of a goldfish.
I will never say Jade from 11. That's for sure.
Jade's up there. Bianca's great.
Yeah, I like Bianca too.
Jessica is waifu, but I'm not.
Yeah.
But I can't say that because Kristoff will find me and kill me in my sleep.
Yeah, because
yeah, that's his waifu. I mean, like all GQ ladies are great if we're being.
Oh
honest.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, and honestly, Dragon Quest 10, I love Ann Lucia and I love.
Yeah, but so many people here are not gonna be as familiar with who's that, you know.
What? No, Deborah.
Yeah, no, Deborah. I always thought I called her Deborah, but
Okay.
I probably shouldn't because then I think of Deborah from Dragon Ball Z,
Right.
and I'm like, oh wait.
Okay, so Wowie Zombies, what game should I get on the Switch? 1, 2, or 3? And the only one you've played up to is 11. I would say get all of them because if you play through the first 3 games, you're gonna love 11.
Yeah, because there's a connection there. I'm not gonna say what it is. No spoilers. For
Yeah,
me.
no spoilers.
But there is a connection. Play them in release order, like 1, 2, 3. Then if you want 11, because believe me, there's a connection there, and it's gold. And like when you see it, it will blow your mind.
Yeah. All right. So, Nightshade is saying, how likely will this new Dragon Quest Monsters will have an international release? I mean, I hope we get a release. I mean, right now,
It's kind of sketchy when it comes to spin-offs, isn't it?
yeah, because right now, I think Nintendo is doing a better job promoting Dragon Quest than Square Enix is right now. So,
Well, because of like a deal that they had, like involving Echo, like the Switch version. Like, didn't they have like some deal set up in place?
Yeah, maybe, but I know Nintendo does better at marketing in general, so it's probably better for 11. Because
Yeah,
I heard, I heard 11 sold really well here on the Switch.
Yeah, it's just spin-offs, like, because there's still spin-offs we never got over here.
Yeah.
I believe we didn't get Monster Joker 3, did we?
Oh no, we never did.
We didn't get that one, and then there was like the slime games, like some of the Mori games.
Yeah, we actually didn't get the third Rocket Slime game, which is really good, and well, like there is a fan translation you can get, but still, I really wish we got it. And right now,
Yeah.
let's see.
Just in general, when it comes to Dragon Quest spin-offs, like there's a 50-50 shot, but when it comes to the mainline entries, besides like 10 because it's an MMO and
Yeah.
you know how those go. When it comes to the mainline entries, though, we're most certainly always going to get those.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we are going to get 12 for sure.
Oh, guaranteed.
Yeah.
Especially with how well 11 did.
Let's see. Okay. Just looking for some questions to answer. Oh, see, Arma's one of the people that got into Dragon Quest because of Smash. So like we owe a lot to Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, listen. I wanna say this. If you are new to the Dragon Quest community and you have never played a Dragon Quest game and you got in through Smash or some other means or like maybe artwork, guess what? You're cool. We welcome you. And
Yeah,
even
we
if
welcome
you've
you.
never played you've never played a Dragon Quest game, you're still a Dragon Quest fan, and we welcome you with open arms.
Yep, we love you all for loving Dragon Quest, and like the more sales we get, the more games we get.
Yeah, but we also try to like we want the Dragon Quest community to stay wholesome.
Yeah. So anyways, we never got Dragon Quest the Rhythm. Yeah, I wish we got that game. I mean, I have it on the
But
3DS.
we did get the Final Fantasy theory of them games though, didn't we?
Yeah, we got both of them, which are both good.
Yeah, that's weird.
But yeah, I wish we got the Dragon Quest one though.
Yeah, the art style is weird, but like that's besides the point.
Yeah. So it sucks that the last localized Dragon Quest Monsters was Monsters 2 8 years ago. Holy crap, that's a long time ago.
It has been a while.
2011.
Yeah.
It was probably more than 8 years ago. It was like 9 years ago.
I think.
92.
Hey, can you guys check? I think Monty asked a question about the die summary.
The die summary?
Yeah.
What about die?
Check in there. It's in there, and I feel like it's a very important question.
So what's the question? Can you read it for me?
I don't have it on hand, but one of our mods, Daisy, mentioned it.
If somebody can read me the question, I'll answer it.
All right, awesome.
Daisy, if you're in the chat, if you can like send us that question, or if Monty could like repost it.
Oh, Sock, there's a question for you. What do you lose without internet on 9?
Oh, on 9. So you
Yeah.
actually lose a
Oh, boy.
huge chunk of the experience if you don't have the online part on 9. It's still a fun game. It's still very playable. But in like Japan, a big part of the game was kind of running around tagging with people and kind of communicating. So you really do want to find some friends who own the game and kind of talk to them about 9. It's pretty important, I'd say. But you could still completely enjoy the game. It's got a great single-player campaign, a really cool party system. You get to make your own characters and go on all those adventures and stuff and try different combinations of character classes. It's really cool. It's actually a good game.
Let's see. Samuel asks, which Dragon Quest game do you recommend after beating 11?
After
Well,
11.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, yeah. Are there any other games that you played, Samuel, besides 11?
I'm assuming no. If he's saying any other.
Yeah, I'm guessing
Okay,
not.
Because,
Okay, so I'll definitely say the
if
first
it's
3.
not,
First 3, yeah. I'd
yeah,
say...
so I'd say start from the beginning and work your way through. And like if you feel like one isn't for you, then just skip it and then go to the next one and see what sticks.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Start from
Well-
the beginning. The first one's a good game. Get them on Switch.
Yeah. it's good to start from the beginning, and then like again like you know it's good to see where you're comfortable with and like what you're into, because like the older ones, depending on which version you get, are harder and longer. In some cases, not so much, but like I've known people who beat Dragon Quest 1 on mobile and on the Switch, like they beat it in like a day.
Oh yeah, it's really short.
It's super short.
If
But
it's the
yeah, like I
maps,
said,
it'll
just-
take you a day, literally.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
start from one, and again, if one sticks, keep going with it, and if it doesn't, just move on to the next one in the series, and again, you'll favor that way.
Yeah, because when I replayed one on the Switch, I beat it within like 4 hours.
Okay. Apparently,
That's with
Mossy asked for a summary of the basic plot for the anime/manga of Dai no Dobo.
Well, I'm not gonna summarize the whole thing because obviously you don't want spoilers, but basically.
Yeah, but I mean, like, just an idea of what it is.
Okay, so Dai, right? Dai basically starts off with this guy, this kid, right? Who's living on an island full of monsters, and he's raised by monsters, and the monsters, his like adoptive father is a lump mage. His adoptive father is a lump mage, and I'll show what a lump mage looks like actually, for people who don't know.
I think lump mages are pretty fleshy.
Yeah. Type.
I don't think you need to go into too much detail about all this stuff. Again, just a brief.
Anyway, he's a lump mage. His dad, Dai basically discovers the outside world, kind of like it's a little bit like Dragon Ball, kind of how Goku starts to find like he like leaves the island or the mountains or whatever the hell, and then he goes on adventures after meeting somebody. So
Yeah.
Dai
The
meets
basic
it.
plot of kid raised by other person goes on adventure.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. Anyway, basically there was an ancient evil demon king named Hadlar, and he basically got killed, and like in the past before Dai started. But then what happened in Dai is that there's a new demon king who's trying to take over the world, and he has these generals, these 6 generals, and there's a bunch of bad guys, and they all work for the big bad guy, and there's like a princess, and Dai is basically trying to save her at the beginning because she's in trouble.
Yeah, we might also want to briefly mention some of the characters, like the main cast, like Papu or Pop or however you want to call him. And,
Right, I'll tell him about that. So Avan is the guy with the red officer's uniform. He basically is Dai's teacher. He taught Dai like how to use magic and how to fight and stuff. He's kind of like the he's like All Might in My Hero Academia. He's like that. He's like that character. He's like very similar to that character. Avan.
He's the mentor.
He's like the mentor, and he's like the tough guy, and he's like the one everyone relies on and stuff. It's cool. So he's Dai's mentor. He's Dai and Pop's mentor and Mom's mentor. He mentored all 3 of them. He's their like teacher, and he like taught them.
Pop is a sage, correct? Or is he a mage?
Pop is a mage. He uses magic.
Okay.
Dai he's like a warrior. Dai has a lot of trouble using magic, so he mostly uses his weapons, and he knows a few spells, but he's mostly just a kind of a hitter. And Mom is a part mage, part warrior. She has a gun that shoots magic bullets that contain different spells.
Those are always fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, we're not gonna dive too much into spoilers on the topic because, again, new people, the manga hard to find in English. The original anime didn't finish its run, and the new anime coming. So yeah.
Yep.
But
All
yeah,
right.
it does feel like it does have like an older, like OG Dragon Ball, which I would assume that there is some overlap between Dragon Quest and Dragon Ball, but not entirely. So if you haven't watched OG Dragon Ball, you probably have no idea. But yeah.
Yep, all new people. Welcome to the best fandom of all time. I would definitely have to agree.
Oh yeah. Dragon Quest is great, guys. I recommend playing Dragon Quest all the time. Eat, sleep, and breathe Dragon Quest.
Why is that
Consume
being?
Dragon Quest.
Let's see. Why is a bee thing riding wearing Erdrick's armor? Yeah, I never looked. I actually never thought of that.
But who's wearing Erdrick's armor?
Those bug enemies you're fighting.
These ones?
Yeah.
Let me take a closer look.
I'm honestly not even watching.
Actually, it does look pretty close, actually.
Yeah, it looks close, but modified for the bugs, though.
Yeah. All right.
Let's see. What is your favorite thing in
yeah.
Dragon Quest? Oh yeah.
What's your favorite thing in Dragon Quest?
Yeah, that's what WoW is always asking. That's a hard question to answer. There's a lot. There's a lot that we love about it.
There's a lot. I mostly like the action. I like fighting stuff.
I mean, I would definitely say I like the gameplay a lot in all the Dragon Quests. Oh hey, Lizzie.
Oh, Lizzie's here. Cool.
Oh yeah, Henry says Puff Puff. Yes. Oh yeah, we love the Puff Puffs for sure.
Yes, we definitely
Of
do.
course, we're the Puff Puff Brigade.
Puff Puff. Okay. Let's see.
Where would you be without Dragon Quest? Probably homeless.
Or I'd be. I wouldn't have a YouTube
Yeah,
career.
for
I'd probably be unknown.
See, without
I
Dragon.
wouldn't have met Zach or I probably would have met Ryan at some point, but I probably wouldn't have met Zach.
See, without Dragon Quest, well, I'd probably be more involved with the Dragon Ball community. But I played Dragon Quest as Dragon Warrior before Dragon Ball, so maybe I'd be a bump. Yeah, I'll just say that.
Crawford Graham asks, when was the first time you guys got into Dragon Quest?
You know what? I'm glad you didn't get involved in the Dragon Ball community because you'd be freaking one of. Never mind.
Is that
hey.
Geekdom?
Oh boy.
Yeah. Okay, so anyway,
you would be losing your mind. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay,
Hey,
so
am I invited
We're
here?
on stream right now.
What's wrong?
I know you are. Am I invited?
Yeah, you are.
Oh,
of course.
yeah, you're totally
Yes,
invited.
you are now.
Hey guys,
Okay.
Geekdom is here.
Yeah, Geekdom101, Dragon Ball YouTuber guy.
Yeah,
Dragon Quest, and Dragon Ball now. Toriyama lover, Dr. Slump. Go watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have been watching a lot of Dr. Slump in your Discord.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
So, anyways, we should answer Crawford's questions. So, why don't you go first, Danny? When was the first time you got into Dragon Quest?
Me?
Yeah.
Okay, I love this question because I'm older. Well, I'm not older than you, but I'm older than almost everybody. I got into Dragon Quest with Dragon Warrior 1. My older brother, who passed away a couple years ago, he was big into Dragon Warrior. I don't really know who got him into it, actually. That's actually because my brother didn't really play that many video games. Usually it was like Mario. He was older than me. He was in college. And I guess maybe somebody introduced him to it in college. And I remember he introduced me to Dragon Warrior. And he beat the entire game. And he had a thing for RPGs. He liked RPGs, even though I don't think he even knew what an RPG was, because we were immigrants. But he got me into the game when I was, I think, actually 5.5 or 6, something like that, right? And then what happened was I played it, and I got destroyed by a scorpion my first, because when you travel too far, you go too far east, you're gonna get slaughtered. And then I kept at it, and I was able to beat the game. And since then, I have loved RPGs. I went on to play games like Breath of Fire, Final Fantasy, the series, and of course more Dragon Quest. So that's what got me into it. What's crazy about it is, I'm known for Dragon Ball, but I didn't even know. Okay, I didn't know who Toriyama was. I had no idea who Toriyama was until later in my life. But when I first saw like Dragon Ball and I saw Oolong become the knight, I was like, wait a minute, when he becomes a knight with the ramen noodles, I'm like, that looks like the knight from Dragon Warrior. And I've started piecing together, okay, this could be the same guy. And it was the same guy. And it's just kind of crazy how fate would have it that my life has all these twists and turns, and it brought me back to Toriyama in a weird way.
That's
Nice,
cool.
dude.
Great.
All right,
That's my story.
so who wants to go next?
I think you should, Ryan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I got into Dragon Quest as Dragon Warrior back in 1992 when I was in the 5th grade. I remember renting the game because I saw it in Nintendo Power, and then I remember not really liking it at first because I was more into Ultima Exodus, and so I re-rented the game in the summer of '92. Then that's when I really got into it, and that's when I beat it. Then that's how I became a fan. Because in 1992 alone, I beat Dragon Warrior 1, 2, and 3, and as they say, the rest is history.
That's pretty cool.
All right.
Wolves, you want to tell us?
Yeah, sure. I honestly couldn't tell you the year, but I was pretty young. I'd gotten an NES. It was like my dad's, and like first games I played was like Super Mario Brothers and Legend of. Those was the first Dragon Warrior. I played that, and it didn't click right away. But I played it, and and I eventually beat it, and I played 2 and then 3, but the series didn't really stick with me hard until Dragon Quest VIII on the PlayStation 2.
That was like the Renaissance. Dragon Quest VIII was like the Renaissance of the franchise, I feel.
Yeah.
Yes.
8 and 9.
Yes, it was. And that one stuck with me a lot more. And then I was able to go back and appreciate the older ones a lot more. And I had no idea that there was a connection between Dragon Quest and Dragon Ball, because if you look at any of the box art or any artwork for any Dragon Quest game, like for the NES or Game Boy or whatever, they didn't use the Toriyama art. They used more westernized, high fantasy, more realistic style art. So I had no idea, and I was like, oh, did they get Toriyama to work on this? And then when I went and looked back, I was like, oh, he's always worked on this. Crazy how it all kind of worked out. But yeah, I started with the NES and haven't really, I've stuck with it since. So.
All right, nice, man.
And all you new fans out there, you will never understand the pain of playing Dragon Warrior on Nintendo, grinding, and you're never gonna understand the true pain of playing Dragon Warrior 2 and beating it without a map. Without a map, it took me 2 years to beat it, but without a map, it's not easy. It's not easy. Trust me.
Yeah, well, me and my cousin beat it together since we had the maps that came with the game.
Yeah, you took the easy way out, brother, not me.
Yeah, but we still had to figure everything out because the maps were very vague.
Oh, dude, I think, what was it, the Sun Crest, where you have to go, like, behind that one thing? In the remakes, it's, like, sparkly, so you can see it.
Yeah.
In the NES version, yeah, there's no way to tell it's there. I don't even remember how. I think I just hit the flute or whatever. I search every single, like, block of, like, floor until you find it. Come on, man. Right. Nintendo hard.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
How about you, Zach?
Okay, so I'm the only person here who did not start with 1. That's pretty interesting. I started with 8. 8 was my first one. I originally discovered it because I used to subscribe to the North American Shonen Jump magazine, because they used to have one. I used to have manga, and it, like, in English. It was kind of like the magazines that they had in Japan, because in Japan you would read your weekly Jump, and it would be like this big, thick magazine with a bunch of comics in it. So I subscribed to the North American version of that had a bunch that sometimes came with trading cards or game demos. And in fall 2005, they had a game demo for Dragon Quest VIII in the packaging. I'd never heard of Dragon Quest before I had gotten this. I was 10 years old. I was in 4th or 5th grade or something like that. I was in 4th grade, and basically that was my introduction to the game, was that demo, and I basically had to get the game after that, and I became a fan from 8, pretty much. That's how it worked, and I really liked the the open world kind of adventure of Dragon Quest VIII a lot, and that's pretty much what hooked me into the series.
Yeah, 8's a good starting point.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, here's another good question. So from Lelender Kisaragi, I have a question. Which do you all prefer, the original DW spell names or the newer spell names? I'd say I really like the old spell names a lot.
Yes.
I would laugh my ass off with hurt and hurt more from the first one.
Yeah, but is that worse than whack and thwack? I mean, whacking and thwacking is what I did when I was 13 every day when I came home from school. like you know what I'm saying? Like sizzle, frizzle. Like, no, dude, I like freaking Explodent and
Explodent.
Fireball. Like, yeah.
Firebane
Yeah.
too.
Firebane.
I
I
guess-
love those names.
I
Yeah.
guess they did it as just like to sound not as childish, but like, you know.
I mean, I love the goofiness of the newer names, but I still think the older ones have a bit of a bigger charm for me.
Yeah. Hurt more.
No, Hurt and Hurt More are funny, bro, but like all the other
Yeah.
names just, they just sound so, especially with 2 and 3, they just sound so much cooler. Like Oomph, what was the original name for Oomph? By-Kill? Come on, dude. By-Kill sounds way cooler than Oomph, bro.
Oh, yeah, I was like, heal us all.
Yeah, well, I love, what is it called? Omni Heal, right? In the
Yeah, it's Omni Heal now, but heal us all just sounded funny in life.
I actually like both those names, honestly.
Yeah.
Omni Heal and
Yeah.
Heal Us All. Yeah, I prefer the old names to like almost everything. Like I remember when I was a friend of mine was playing Dragon Quest for the first time, 1 and 2, and she's telling me like it was Maria, and she's telling me like, oh, where do I find this? And I go, what is that? What the hell are you talking about? What are we talking about? She's like, oh, the Eye of not the Eye of Malroth. They had like a different name, like the in the remakes they changed the name of all the items. And I'm telling her like where to get certain shit, like where to trying to help her out. She had no idea what the fuck I was talking about. And then when she would tell me, I wouldn't even know because I'm so used to the old names. I'm so used to like the old names, and I haven't played the remake. I mean, I did recently, but before that, I wasn't familiar with the new names, so I didn't know what the hell she. Like, I didn't know. Like, what is that? So, and the old names make more sense too, I think.
Right.
Yeah, but you also don't like a lot of the American names of like some of the villains too, don't you?
Well, you like who? It depends on what we're talking about. Oh yeah, you're right. Okay.
Like
What I don't like,
Nim-
yes, Nimzo. Yeah, I don't like when they change the names of the characters or the games. I've never been a fan of that. For example, and I talked about this before, but I'll talk about it again. Malroth is a cool name. All right, Shido, Malroth, that's fine. Zoma was still Zoma. Necrosaro, that's fine. Those are all good. Then we have Nimzo. Like, no, that's not Nimzo. But what really bothers me is, I think Rapthorn's the same, right? Rapthorn's the same in both versions.
Yeah, I think so.
And
Yeah.
Dragon Lord's like Draco Lord. I actually had Dragon Lord more, but the names of the games, bro. I've talked about this so many times. I think me and Sack talked about it on the podcast that we did. I don't like Dragon Quest VI Realms of Reverie. Piss off. That game's called I hate that name. It's called Land of Illusion because that's literally what the game is about. Dragon Quest V, Tenku no Hayanome, which is Bride of Heaven. Hand of the Heavenly Bride. No, you don't have to keep with the alliteration. Then Dragon Quest II, Pantheon of Evil Spirits. No, we're going to call it Luminaries of the Legendary Line. Like, it has to be the damn alliteration. Of course, the one that bothers me the most is 3, which is, what's it called? Seeds of Salvation?
Yep.
Yeah.
I hate that name.
I love the
What do you think about Echoes of an Elusive Age?
That's okay. That one's okay. Same thing with Journey of the Cursed King is a good name too, even though I do like the land, the sea, the sky also. But dude, Dragon Quest III is called Into the Legend. The final song of the game is Into the Legend. The twist ending of the game is you going into the legend. It's fucking Into the Legend.
I like that name a lot more. Into the Legend is a much more like epic sounding name.
Yeah.
Of course it is, and you don't even know what it means until you beat the game. You don't even know what that means. Same thing with like Warriors of Eden for Dragon Quest VII. What's it called in America now? What's the new name for it? Fragments of a Forgotten Past, right? No, Warriors of Eden, and you don't even know why until late in the game, and then with the special boss you fight, which I know why they changed his name. You really know why it's called that. Like, come on, bro. Like, leave the games alone.
Yeah, and then there's like Sentinels of the Starry Sky with 9.
What's it called in the Japanese version? Isn't it something very similar, like Starry Warriors? It's not that different, right?
I would have to look it up.
Some aren't that
I'm
bad.
not
Like,
sure.
like Dragon Quest IV is called Chapters of the Chosen. That makes sense. The Chosen Ones is what it's originally called, But the ones that bother me the most are probably 3 and 6. I think and 7. The rest of the names I think are okay, but 3, 6, and 7, those name changes do bug me.
Like I've always been a sucker for alliteration, so it doesn't bother me too much. But like at the same time, like some of those original names are like a lot better than what we got. So I can take it or leave it either way.
Nah, man, screw Seeds of Salvation, bro. Can't stand that.
Seeds of Salvation. That's just
Dude. Into the Legend. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Come on, man. I'm gonna start crying right here, bro, so I'm gonna stop. Trust me, at the end of... Oh, never mind. I don't want to spoil it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no spawning 11.
Yeah, we know.
I was saying I didn't want to spoil 3, so you just kind of spoiled 11. But let's just say that 11 has a lot of the music from the older games, which is good.
Yeah, there's a lot of music on the older games.
All right, so they're asking, let's see, what are your thoughts on a possible 10 port into the West? Okay,
Oh my God, that's so. If you could make me pick, if you say, Danny, if you could choose to make love to 50 women or bring Dragon Quest X over, there's gonna be 50 very disappointing women, bro. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
Right. Yeah.
That could go
well,
either way.
Right. So, okay, well, I can answer this since I've played 10. So, I think, because the problem is that Dragon Quest isn't as popular here as it is in Japan, and it's an MMO, and it's really hard to sell MMOs here in the US. So, at the most, we would probably get an offline version, which will work. I mean, you will get to experience, the really awesome story of the game, but the problem is you're not going to have, the multiplayer with all your friends, which is the most fun part of 10. So, let me see. Pretty sure we'll be getting DQ10 after support for drops in Japan. Well, from what I heard, Square Enix only wants to support 10 for about 10 years, and it's already been 8 years, so there's a slight possibility, but they do have to do a lot of tweaking to it if they're going to bring 10 here as an offline version, and it's going to be nearly a completely different game because all the mechanics have to change for offline. So,
well, what they could do is just do what they've done before and just leave some servers open. I mean, dude, there's games from like the 90s that still have like there are servers open for like Doom and Warcraft 2. Like, are you telling me that they can't open up a little server somewhere and charge like $4 or $5 a month? Come on, man, get out of here.
Final Fantasy 11 still has servers up.
Right, that's a PS2 game
still
and
playing
PC.
That. Yeah, and people are still playing it.
You would think that people would hop over to 14, like Final Fantasy 14. I mean,
but some people just they put so much time into 11, and they just love it so much.
Yeah.
So I mean,
I can
see why they stick with it.
Dragon Quest X, it annoys me because I know server costs aren't even that high, like especially for a company like Square Enix. I know that. Come on, dude. Servers aren't even that expensive nowadays. We live in a world now where you can set up literally hundreds of virtual servers in one PC. I used to do it for a living.
I think the way I look at it is I think it's one of two things. They either think that it won't do well enough over here to bother, because they sell it physically and all that on Switch and everything. But maybe the other way is maybe they're worried that it would eat into their Final Fantasy 14 population over here. So I don't know.
Well, I'm gonna say this. I think Dragon Quest X coming here will definitely be more reliant on Nintendo since they're doing a better job marketing 11 and also the Builder series. So if 10 were to come here, we'd probably see it on the Nintendo Switch first before anything else. So let's hope. Yeah,
it needs to be on the Switch, right? They're not gonna put it out for the Wii. You know what I mean? They need to, because the Switch has 5 chapters already out, right? Isn't chapter 1 through 5 already in that one game?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, switch it, bro. Or you know what? If they put it on PC, dude, PC, that's even cheaper.
Yeah, I'll definitely say. I would definitely say if Square Enix wants to make the most money, put it on PC and the Switch.
Yes, cross-platform.
Yeah, cross-platform. And also because Phantasy Star Online 2 just came out, which is actually the same age as Dragon Quest X, I think there is a bit of hope.
Yeah,
I
the
really
thing was
hope
though, is
so.
Microsoft had to like do some backing to get that, and I heard that everything that can go wrong has gone wrong with the Windows Store version of that game. Like some people have
Oh
been
yeah, I heard
having
like
trouble.
our friend Ali had some trouble getting the game.
Yeah, like one guy who I was to, he was like super, interested in playing it, and he said like he had so many troubles that it killed any desire he had to play that game.
Right. All right.
So, but yeah.
Okay, so what changes would we guys want in HD remake DQ9? Well, aside from the graphics.
I already talked about that in my video, so I don't know. What do you guys?
Right.
Pretty good game as it is, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good game as it is. I mean, other than graphics, maybe, I mean, you have a lot of bonus dungeons too. Like, there's not really much necessary. Or orchestral score, right? That's about it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe do a couple more dungeons for like to tie it into 10 and 11. I don't know. I can't think of anything else that really needs to be improved in that game.
Right.
Yeah. Because it's overall solid. Dragon
Did
Quest
Zach
game.
ever tell you my idea? Because he recorded the conversation without telling me, by the way. But did he ever tell you my idea for the remake of the Dragon Quest trilogy?
Never mentioned it afterwards.
No, not yet.
Oh man, Zach, bro, I could feel Zach's boner from all the way here, bro. I'm not even in the Northeast, and I felt it, bro. So I went into this like orgasmic trance one night when I'm talking to Zach because he has a hot voice, and we were talking about how they could make like Dragon Quest 1, 2, and 3 remake, right? And you remake it as a trilogy, but in one game, So like you know, like Dragon Quest trilogy, right? Or the Erdrick saga. There you go, the saga of Erdrick, right? They can call it that. And I was super creative, and I was talking about how like they could obviously you make it look like 11, with a nice big 3D world, but you instill mechanics from other games because you can't just remake Dragon Quest 1. Like, and really I took inspiration from a Final Fantasy 7 remake. You can't just remake Dragon Quest 1. It's already been remade a bunch of times. You have to make it different. So each Dragon Quest game remade would have a different kind of mechanic from a previous game. For example, in Dragon Quest 1, it's the same game, but you're adding new stuff. You're adding new bosses, new cutscenes, same story. You're still the descendant of Erdrick trying to save the kingdom from the Dragon Lord, but you have now monster catching. So it's like Dragon Quest 1, but like Final Fantasy 7 remake. Like, it's the same game, same story, but like with an expanded you know what I mean? Like it's an actual remake. Like, it's an actual, like, we're telling the same story again from the ground up. And then for 3, you keep it the same. Then for 2, you have like combo moves with you and your cousins, like with Chrono Trigger. So you have combo moves.
Yeah.
But
That'd be awesome.
Right, but you don't have monster catching.
Like
Monster catching should only be for Dragon Quest 1. And I thought it would be cool if they had like in between game story arcs. Like, I'm just gonna tell him, Zach.
Go ahead.
And you have to remind me if I forgot something. But like, it would be awesome if they had like an extra quest. And I got this idea from the Final Fantasy IV After Years thing they did, where like, we find out what happened to Erdrick, and like I came up with this crazy story where Erdrick, when Erdrick saves the world at the end of of 3, spoiler for those who haven't played it, sorry, but he disappears. And the idea could be that he sort of has children, and he hides away somewhere, but then, like, at some point in the future, he leaves Alfgard because he senses there's evil. He senses that even though he killed Zoma, there's still evil in the world. And what happens is he ends up going to Torland, and he ends up eventually getting to Malroth. And he actually fights Malroth. This would take place between 3 and 1, and him and Malroth have this awesome battle where they both almost die. But Erdrick actually dies, but before he dies, he cuts off one of Malroth's eyes, which is why the Eye of Malroth is an item in the game. And awesome. Yeah, I came up with all these ideas of how they could like make all the games even more tied together. So we find out that Erdrick, even though he saved the world from Zoma, he was a lot older at this point. He was not as, during the fight with Malroth, not as good of a fighter, and he also left to go fight him alone. did not bring his crew with him, so he died. But he injures Malroth enough to where Malroth cannot manifest in a physical form, and then you have Hargan coming along and kind of, eventually, like we found out in 2. So we had all these crazy ideas, and I would love it if they did like a story where the hero from 1, you actually play him going and leaving Alefgard, like what Erdrick did, and founding the kingdoms of like Moonbrook and Maidenhall, and you kind of have to build up the towns and fight like the monsters, and eventually you fight like a new made up boss or whatever, like maybe one of Zoma's like one of his followers, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. Like they could remake this trilogy and make it like even better, bro, even more. I wish they would do it, but I don't have enough clout with Square Enix to do stuff like that.
Right.
that honestly, I want this now.
I know, that's what Zach said, bro.
This is so much better than what I came up with earlier in the stream.
I've been thinking about this for a long time because, as Ryan and Zach will tell you, I'm very fascinated by early Dragon Quest lore, like 1, 2, and 3, and I love like Rubis and like the god, all this shit, and I feel like they could incorporate Rubis. They could even have a thing where when Erdrick goes to fight when he goes to fight Malroth, and remember, he's sensing evil. He can't sleep at night. He wakes up like, I thought I got rid of all the evil, but you didn't, because there's gonna be more evil. Like what the dragon says in 11, which I'm not gonna spoil, about how evil will always come back. So he goes off in the middle of the night, and he doesn't want to bring anybody along with him, whatever. And then Rubis appears to him and says, "Don't do it. You're not gonna win this fight." And he's like, "No, I have to do what I gotta do." And he goes up there and him and Malroth have this awesome fight. And like I said, Malroth does not die. He beats Erdrick, but Erdrick cuts off one of his eyes. And then again, like in the game, in Dragon Quest 2, you get the Eye of Malroth. And they could do a thing where when you actually go fight Hargan, you use the eye, and then Hargan has the other eye. And that's what triggers the remanifestation of Malroth. And then we find out that he's the actual, like, demonic being that Zoma was worshiping. So you can make it all kind of tie in like that, same thing with like the Dragon Queen, like how the Dragon Queen gave birth to the egg that made the Dragon Lord. It could even be a situation where the egg ends up in the underworld, in Alefgard, and the people who there were people who like were Zoma's followers who weren't monsters. Maybe they sort of raised the Dragon Lord with these evil sort of they raised him to be evil. He wasn't supposed to be evil, but they raised him to be evil. And you have like an explanation of why he's evil. You know what I mean? Like why he's a prick.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm rambling.
That all of this sounds way better than the idea I had earlier, because I had a really crappy idea.
What was your idea?
You call it out when you hear it, but it was essentially I was saying, like, if we got
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You're hilarious. But it was essentially a Dragon Quest 3 remake, but the tutorial would be Dragon Quest 1 and 2, and like Dragon Quest 1 would be essentially like teaching you how combat works.
Wait a
and all
minute,
that.
Steve. Wait, hold on. So you want like a 35-hour tutorial, bro?
No, it would be just.
What is this, calculus?
It would just be a shortened down like interpretation, and then like it wouldn't be like the full game. It would just be like certain parts, and then like the final boss would be like the first boss, like a tutorial boss, and then 2 would be like, here's how party members work and all that, and then it would jump into 3. So again, my idea is complete garbage, especially compared to like what you just said. I'm like, I want what you just came up with now.
Nah, dude, with my story, you would have to remake the game from the ground up. And like I said, keep the story the same. I'm not saying to change any story elements, but you could add to the story. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You could add things. Yeah. Like if you add monster catching to the first game, what you're doing now is you're having an option where you can have a party if you want to. You can play it old school by yourself. Now, what I would do is if you have a party of monsters, what I would do if I was programming the game is I would make it so that as you're playing the game, the field monsters, the more you catch, actually become harder to kill. So in other words, you scale the difficulty. So if you want to play the game by yourself with no monsters, you can do that old school Dragon Warrior 1 style. But if you catch monsters, then everybody else gets stronger as you level up. So you still grind and stuff like that, don't get me wrong, if you want to, but I feel like it would make the game too easy if you have like an army of like, if you have like you know, let's say you have 3 party members total. It's you and 3 monsters. You could have you, I don't know, Metal Slime, Scorpion, and a Wolfman. You know, then the final boss would be a little bit harder. Maybe you add like you can put algorithm in the game where like they calculate what your monster levels are, and they add like 1,000 HP, or maybe not 1,000, but you know what I'm saying, something like that. You know, to where it gives you the option of playing the game how you want to play it. I mean, there's a lot of ideas you could do. You know what I mean?
That's a really good idea.
You could add cutscenes to the game. Fucking, you know, when you go fight the Axe Knight, all kinds of stuff, bro. There's all kinds of stuff you could do.
Yeah. Would you still incorporate the quote unquote bad endings as well, like the
bad
evil
ending? Oh, you mean with Dragon Lord?
Yeah.
Well, I would have it different. If you say yes to the Dragon Lord on the screen in blood, it says you're stupid. So that's what I would do. That would be my bad ending, bro. I don't know if I would do that, bro, because honestly, that's like an antiquated idea. You know, I like it, but it's like an antiquated idea.
Yeah, because it doesn't really do much of anything else other than you are evil now.
Can you imagine if you catch like a red dragon, bro, or an armored knight, and you go against Dragon Lord? That'd be a super epic battle, bro. You know?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But it wouldn't be that long. Like if I was doing it, I still wouldn't make Dragon Quest 1 like 40 hours. I wouldn't do that. I would make it like a clean, you know, maybe 20 hours. You know, it would
25.
not be that long of a game. And with 3, you don't even have to do anything with 3, because 3 is already perfect the way it is. Just add the cutscenes, make it 3D, and you're good. I don't think there's anything you can add to 3 to make it better. I think 3, maybe one more class system if you want, just to be, you know what I mean, something like that. But I think 3 is a perfect game, and I've said that for years. Especially the SNES remake I think Dragon Warrior 3 is a perfect video game.
What would you say about possibly having the ability to pick a male or female hero for Dragon Quest 1?
Bro, were you trying to get me canceled? Of course you can do that. Try and get me canceled? No, because you can't do that. No, you can't, because it has to be a male, because you and the princess gonna make babies.
I mean, no, they don't have to make babies.
They have to.
Yes, they do.
They have to.
Oh yeah, you are right.
Otherwise, it will never happen.
Well, that's true, but like, I mean, there's a lot of games where it's just like, it's whatever, you know, because like you can be a female in Dragon Quest 3, but I guess they don't really say who he gets with, so.
Well, you're right, and that's a good point. Maybe if you pick female, then the princess is a prince who gets captured instead. You flip it. Yeah, because you can't. That would work. And I have nothing against a lesbian relationship. It's just that you have to have male and female because you have to have babies. You know what I'm saying? You have to, because the bloodline, it has to. You can't adopt. It has to be. And I don't think the Dragon Quest world has test tube babies, bro. So you got to do it that way.
Well, I mean, in 11, there's the whole like choosing who you want to be with, and then there's like
it's very ambiguous. Though. It's very vague.
Yeah.
You know what you could do also is if you beat all 3 games, you unlock like a 4th secret like bonus like non-canon story where you can play as like everybody. Like you make a party of Erdrick, the 3 cousins from 2, and then the guy from the first game. So it's like 5 party members. That could also be a cool idea, but they would be non-canon. It would be like you challenge like the Zenithian god or something like that. You know what I mean? Something like that.
Yeah, like they all meet in like a time vortex thing. Or
something
whatever.
Like yeah. You can even put the toggles. Like you can even.
Toggles. Dude, that'd be a good tie-in.
That's what I'm saying. Dude. It's come on. These games ain't that hard, bro. Give me Yuji Hoari's phone number, bro. I'll call him up right now.
How do we know you aren't Yuji Horii?
Because I'm not Japanese.
That is true.
That's it. And because when Dragon Quest came out, I was, what? Came out, 86?
Yeah, 86.
I was 2, so forget it. Ryan was like 4 or 8. I don't know.
Yeah, I was 5.
There you go. I was somewhere in that range, yeah.
Okay, so we have a question. So which DQ game soundtrack is your favorite?
3 and 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can agree with that.
I mean, I like songs from pretty much all the games, but I'll definitely have to say, I'd say the best soundtrack is definitely the 3rd one.
Yeah, I have a soft spot for the overworld theme in 8, though.
Yeah.
That's a good theme, but I like the battle theme in 8.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one, too.
The 8 brought back Heavenly Flight, and then they incorporated Heavenly Flight into the final boss theme. Dun, 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 dun. And it's so freaking awesome. Dun, 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 dun. I love that. And plus, of course, the fight takes place in the air, so you know, it makes sense. It fits. But anytime they bring back Heavenly Flight, I always pop every time. Trust me.
Hey, I saw what you're looking at, Sec.
Should they incorporate a new updated version of Heavenly Flight into your remake idea?
Oh, okay. For my remake idea, I would bring back all the old songs, of course, and I would also add a couple new songs. Not too many of them. You don't want to go crazy, but I would definitely, of course, bro. You can't have Dragon Quest 2 without Heavenly Flight.
Yeah.
Can you imagine how awesome the cutscene would be when the Phoenix Bird actually hatches?
Oh yeah,
man. And it's it's freaking Ramia. Like, oh come on, bro.
Yeah, just reorchestrate it all the way through. That'd be so good.
Yeah, why not? I mean, it also, we would have to come up with a way to have Erdrick not have Ramia in the in-between storyline. Because if you're doing Dragon Quest 1, you're going to have... So my idea was you do an in-between storyline for between 1 and 2 and between 3 and 1. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But also you have to be able to beat... You have to be able to beat... Okay, it's going to be tricky because... I would have it so where you don't unlock those till you beat the game, then you get those. You know what I mean? Yeah. I think that because I feel like if you don't, because I feel like the way the game should go is you should play 1, then 2, then 3. I think that's how the game should go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You shouldn't do 3, 1, 2. But if you play 3, 1, 2, it makes sense chronologically. But I feel like if you do 1, 2, 3, then the in between stuff, I think it would be more powerful to do it that way. Plus, it's a new game. Like you're technically getting two. Yeah, it's like the Final Fantasy IV, dude. The after years and the interlude. It's the same thing. It's almost like an in between mini game. It's like a mini RPG because you're not gonna be grinding forever. You're gonna, you know what I mean? It's not gonna. It's like maybe 10, 15 hours. You know, I think that'd be worth it. You know, you could even have a thing where Erdrick buries the Sword of Kings, right? And he doesn't bring it to him to fight Malroth. So like he's going very poorly equipped with no party members, dude. You know what I'm saying? He's going bare bones. He's gonna get his ass kicked.
Yeah, would he leave like his like armor and sword and all that behind, like too? Just be like, I'm just gonna go in there with just whatever and just.
Well, exactly. He has to because that's what happened in 1. You don't want to break the canon, and so
yeah, exactly.
But yet he's such a badass that he almost kills Malroth, but Malroth says screw you and kills him first, you know? That'd be great.
It'd really tie everything together if they did that. Like, that would be really cool.
That's what I'm saying. You could tie everything together. You could have, like, to where... Like, I think I told you this when we talked about it. You could have, like, Zoma be like Malroth is this god of destruction. He's a Hakaishin, right? Like Beerus, except way before. So, like, you could have a thing where, like, Zoma was a worshiper of Malroth, and then the people who raised the Dragon Lord were also like Zoma followers, but they weren't like as devoted as Zoma was. So the idea would be that Malroth, even if Zoma's a harder boss in game, Malroth is like the real, like the true villain behind the whole thing. He's like a god, like you know, like sort of like a Ghostbusters thing, like a Babylonian god from, you know, same thing with like, you know, I don't want to go into spoilers, but the Dragon Quest 11 boss. I feel like it would be kind of cool if we found out that place where you fight the final boss in 11, that dark void, that there's other demonic, maleficent beings there, and maybe Malroth's from there, you know what I mean? You tie that together, you know? Maybe that's where evil is, in that weird sort of space area that, you know, I'm not gonna spoil it. You know what I'm talking about. You know.
Yeah.
All right, so we have another question. Do you guys think Dragon Quest 12 will be the origin of the Zenithian dragon and hero? And if so, would you guys want a pre-made hero or a custom hero? I think we answered this earlier in the chat, but we should probably answer it again.
Sure.
Made hero or a custom?
I'd be okay with that.
Okay.
Tie into the Zenithian trilogy, yeah, like what 11 did. Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
So what are we gonna do with 13 then, bro? Is it gonna tie into 8 or 7? I don't know.
I mean, or we could just like kick off like a whole new like trilogy of sorts and like come up with new ideas, like how the
Right.
Zenithian trilogy kind of kicked off some new ideas.
I mean,
Yeah.
I personally want it to be a new game with references to the older games. You know, just kind of like 11, but not
It's
completely.
not as deep of connections, you know, not like a direct tie-in, just something that's like
Yeah.
referencing and that's it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you know, like have some tributes to the older games here and there, but I want it to be a brand new thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so what do you think of Dragon Quest with the Stars?
I haven't played it.
I played it for half an hour. It just wasn't my thing.
I don't really do
download
gacha games in general, so.
I had no room on my PC to my on my phone to even download the damn thing because it was like taking up all the room on my phone.
You've got all those. Never mind.
Almost
Never
what?
mind. No, man, it's PG stream.
But yeah, gacha games just not for me. Like,
You mean you're not a fan of Dokkan Battle? How could you?
God no.
Listen,
Yeah, it's such a shame that I don't like Dokkan or. No, I'm such a fake fan.
It's such a shame, brother, that you'd rather spend your money on a real game.
I know it's a shame. It's such a shame. Like,
I know someone, and I'm not gonna say who it is because I don't want to embarrass them, but they spent $4,000 on Dokkan stones.
4,000?
Yeah, well, I mean, not in one day, but like over time, and it's like, dude, you realize that whatever you pull from those stones is gonna be obsolete in like 6 months.
Oh my
yeah.
God.
Not only that, but like once those games finally go down, like you just wasted all that for nothing.
Think about what you can buy with, bro. You could spend money on a fucking like used car for 4,000.
Oh yeah.
You could put a down payment on like on a nice car. You could do $4,000. You could take a trip to Japan with that money, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's more than
I could do a lot. I could do a lot with $4,000 and not spend it on a pretty PNG. You know.
I don't know. And like,
You know,
even if you're wealthy, I don't know.
I made fun of one of my friends at work who was playing, I think, Dokkan, and I just like went to the Dokkan site on mobile, and I just saved one of the images, and I went, "Hey, look, I got an LR immediately without having to spend any money, and it wasn't random." And like, I think that got them to finally quit playing Dokkan because they realized just how stupid it was.
Did I derail this call? Because I guess we're missing questions. I don't want to.
It's fine. Like
It's totally
again,
fine.
that idea,
Well,
throwing
catch up
ideas
to 'em,
out in
bro.
the ether is great.
Well, what questions are missing?
Just in chat.
Okay, which ones?
Are
Are they super chats? Because those get priority.
I don't know how to do that.
You don't know how to do super chat? Is it enabled on your channel?
No.
Okay,
Is it? I don't know. I
Well,
don't
we'll
think
talk
so.
about it because you definitely want to have that ready for when Die comes out.
Okay.
We'll discuss it later on if you want. If you there's an option where you can enable it if you don't have it enabled, and basically, yeah, super chat questions would end up getting priority in your stream. It's like you pay like $1, $5, they can ask you a question. You know.
Okay, that's cool.
we're streaming. We're streaming on YouTube and Twitch right now at the same time.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, it would only be it would only be for YouTube if you do super chats.
Okay.
But there are ways to set it up. Like Opie, I think I can get you in contact with Opie if you want. He figured out a way to do it to where, like, you can answer super chats even on Twitch, but you'd have to it would pop on your screen. It's something with Streamlabs OBS. You can set it up to where it pops up on your screen. Everybody sees it. So I don't know. But it's a good feature.
All right, so we got another question here. What was your first impression of the Infinity Strash game style, and do you think it'll be a fun game? I think it'll be a pretty fun game.
It looks nice. I like the cell shading.
Yeah.
Some people
Yeah.
said
I think
it
it'll be.
looks,
I
it
get
looks-
Diablo feels from it, because I know we said it felt like it looked like a Warriors game, but the more I look at it, the more it kind of looks like maybe like a closer perspective Diablo style game.
Oh, really? Okay.
There's some rumors going around, or some speculation going around, that this game is using the Trials of Mana bring engine or something like that. Because I haven't played that yet, but people are telling me that it looks similar. Have you guys played it, or?
Oh,
I haven't.
Well, I have the game, but I haven't played it yet. But I did play the demo. If it goes in that style, I hope it's a little faster than Trials of Mana.
Looks
I
great,
would
though.
like them to do. I would like them to do it like. I know this sound weird, but I would like them to do something like Link's Awakening on Switch. It
Oh,
won't be
yeah.
exactly like that, but dude, I had so much fun playing Link's Awakening. It's so much. It's like I spent. It's a 20-hour game or 25, whatever. And I spent full price on it, and I don't regret it. Like when you have a good game, a good game like that, you could spend $40 on it and feel satisfied, even though not every game will satisfy you.
Right. Okay. So actually, this is more of a question for Sack. How do you guys feel about Dragon Quest? Would you suggest watching the original anime before going into this new one?
Here's the thing. So you guys haven't read the manga or watched the anime yet, right?
I
yeah.
haven't.
I have the entire manga, the entire anime, and I've seen a little bit of it. I actually watched that when I was younger in Spanish. Honestly, you don't really need to because they're starting over, from what I understand.
Exactly,
Like,
yeah.
Yeah, they're starting over. It's probably fun. It's almost like the Hunter x Hunter thing. Remember how they had Hunter x Hunter 2011? They had Hunter x Hunter like 99. Like I feel
Yeah.
like it's like that. Yeah, I don't think you have to, but if you're bored and you want to get your die fixed, I think that if you're a
It's
hardcore
fun.
fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're a hardcore fan, you'll probably like at some point want to go back and revisit the old one just to see the differences, because that'll be
Yeah.
fun to kind of look at that, and see what they do different. But this new
Yeah,
one's
but-
gonna be incredible.
But
Yeah.
the old anime never got finished, did it? Like how like many episodes did it get in before it just got
It's a
canceled?
40 episode long anime series. I've read a lot of Dai at this point. It does adapt it pretty well. It's a good anime with a lot of it's nice animation. It's very got that 80s and that 90s feel to it. It's a good show. But the thing is, the new one's gonna reboot the entire story from the beginning. So you might as well just start with the new one if you don't want to get spoiled.
But if you want to read the manga, still do it, because just to source material. And this
Yeah.
is coming from a guy who barely reads manga.
All right, if you want to read the manga, I'm only going to say this once. DragonQuestManga.com. Just go there, okay?
Also, when it comes to the manga, the good thing about this anime is that because it's not going to be running alongside of an existing manga, like a Naruto or a Dragon Ball or anything like that, it's probably not going to have any filler. So we're probably going to see the manga adapted in its purest form. I don't know that for sure, but I'm going to guess that maybe the only filler we'll have is like maybe the fights will be longer. But other than that,
Maybe.
it seems like it'll be pretty... And there's a lot to adapt. So there's a very good possibility if this Dragon Quest anime does not flop, that it could be legit 200 episodes. I mean, possibly, maybe 150. It could actually go that long. By the way, I'm being told that you're missing Twitch questions. Nick's saying that.
Oh, how many?
So,
Well,
that's the
what-
problem with streaming on two. That you have to keep track of both.
Yeah, but they're both popping up on the screen though. They should be at least. So
Oh yeah, Daisy said that she's trying to copy paste Twitch questions over to YouTube because apparently Twitch is getting entirely ignored.
oh really?
Yeah, that's the tricky part with doing double streams like that. That
Yeah, you got to keep your eyes on both if you're going to do that, or at least
Or you
have
could just
someone
tell
who can like
Twitch guys to go to
transfer stuff
YouTube.
over.
Tell Twitch guys to
Yeah.
go to YouTube. Like, get off of go to.
I mean, yeah, we are doing this on Twitch and YouTube, but I'd recommend jumping over to YouTube probably. But yeah, both platforms. I'm planning on doing more Twitch stuff in the future. So I'm kind of trying to migrate some people to Twitch for live stream stuff and non-DQ stuff.
It'll be
Awkward
all good,
silence.
bro. We got what, 4 months before Die?
October?
October.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That gives me
It's
4
gonna
months
be-
to watch the original series, which I
it's
will
going to be
do.
a good happy birthday for me.
And me.
Not me, but whatever. It'll be Happy Dragon Quest Day for everybody.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
It'll be a good time, yeah.
All right. I'm actually checking that. Actually. Yes,
You
I'm
checking Twitch now?
Yeah, I'm checking Twitch now.
Okay.
Sack, I'm gonna promote your stream on my community tab.
Sounds cool.
Let's see. Are you gonna be on for a lot longer, a little bit longer, or
Maybe
what?
all
I don't
night.
know.
I got my homework done, so I'm all good.
Oh, you've
Yeah.
been a good boy then, bro. You've been a good boy. Are you
Yeah.
bringing Lizzie
I'm-
on?
Lizzie's watching.
Yeah, we don't need too many people in here talking over one another.
Yeah,
I agree with that for sure, but it's Lizzie, bro. She has special treatment. She's the queen.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, someone's asking Geekdom, did you watch Dragon Quest Your Story?
Not yet, believe it or
watch
not. I have not watched it yet, bro. Nope. I keep forgetting. I literally keep forgetting. Like I haven't even thought about it. It's crazy.
You should do a review on it. That would be pretty cool.
It's so late though, bro. Like, you know.
I reviewed it 2
Well, I
months late
mean-
because I came back from freaking.
Yeah, but I know you're. But it's been like 4 months now, right? Jesus.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll review it on my second channel.
And also, you can use clips and footage, and they don't get copyright strike for some reason. They're pretty lax about it. The new one, the movie.
Well, that's gonna be the opposite for Die, bro. TV
Yeah.
Tokyo's gonna come down on you, bro.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be rough.
I'm gonna create a new thumbnail style for that, and just we're changing things around for that series.
Just use screen grabs of Die from Jump Force. You'll be okay.
That's not even a terrible idea.
Actually, we have another question. What are your guys' favorite Dragon Quest protagonists, design-wise?
Okay.
This is a
Who
really
wants
good.
to go first?
3.
I was actually gonna say a tie between 3 and 8.
8 is good.
I'm actually a fan of 3 and 1.
I like 1.
Yeah,
5,
one's good.
5 is kind of cool.
Yeah, he's got like that reverse Teen Gohan thing going on.
I think 4 has great designs for the other characters. I'm not too big of a fan of the actually the girl form of the main from 4. I like more than the guy.
Sophia.
Yeah, if that's her name, whatever.
Yeah, that's what everyone calls her, Solo and Sophia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I prefer her look over Solo's, but I don't hate it. It's just, you know.
Sophia's
Yeah,
got
I
a fat
think
ass.
She's actually kind of hot, if I'm being honest. She's
Yeah.
pretty
Yeah.
hot to me. Like,
That green poofy hair.
That
Yeah.
green poofy. It doesn't work on the guy, but it works on her, bro. She's
Yeah.
pretty damn hot, bro.
Yeah.
She's not as hot as Jade, who's my number 1 Dragon Quest girl, but
Right.
Heck yeah.
Yep.
Jade is my number 1, brother.
Same, bro.
Oh, I gotta make that video, top 10 hottest Dragon Quest girls. I gotta still do that.
Yeah,
If Jade isn't at number 1, you're canceled, but you're probably gonna put Veronica, so.
I'm gonna put Jade as number 1.
Jessica could be number 1 also.
Jessica. I have the thumbnail already made for it. The thumbnail has a picture of Jessica bending over and her cleavage is showing in the camera really big.
Demonetized.
That's gonna be fun when I get around to it.
Okay. Yeah, 8, I like his design a lot. Just, it's not too overly complicated, plus it's like, the bandana is nice, and it kind of goes against the whole, like, cornet that we kind of got used to for a lot of the heroes.
I like. How do you feel about 7? Because I think 7 stands out to me as looking completely different from everybody else. Like they're all kids in
Yeah.
7. It's like a different look. Totally.
Yeah, it is.
But they're not kids
Yeah,
actually. They're all adults, but they're like munchkins. Like
They're munchkins. Yeah, it's almost like the original
Yeah.
designs for 1, 2, and 3. They were all munchkins, and then they were adults in the remake designs that Toriyama came back and redid.
yeah.
Even though I
Yeah.
love both so much.
Yeah, it's definitely around that transition period, it feels, where Toriyama was changing his art style again.
Yep.
Or maybe they just told them like make them adults this time. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, we
I
got
love
another question. What was our guys' first RPGs? Mine was the original Legend of Zelda.
Dragon. Well,
Zelda's not
Does that-
RPG.
Legend of Zelda's not really an RPG, is it?
it's an adventure RPG.
Yeah.
Mine. I guess I did play Zelda before I played Dragon Warrior, but only like by maybe a couple months. But it would be Dragon Warrior for me, dude.
For me, it would be Dragon Warrior because I don't really count Legend of Zelda as an RPG. I see it as an adventure game more than anything.
Okay, if not counting Zelda, I would say Ultima Exodus for the NES.
That's right. You did play Ultima first. Yeah. Did you ever
Yeah.
play NES called Fat Xanadu?
Oh yeah,
I have that.
played that.
I own that.
Yeah, I played that. I never beat it.
I own
I
that
never
game.
beat it hard.
That game's cool. It's like side-scrolling RPG kind of. for part of the Dragon Slayer series. Actually, it's technically the first JRPG before DQ. Technically.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there's been other ones, but they're not like well known, like the old dungeon crawler RPGs, like on PC and shit. But yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember Xanadu from back in the day. NES has like a weird. NES's RPG. NES was not the peak of RPGs. I feel like SNES and PS1 to this day.
Oh,
I feel
yeah.
like they are the ultimate consoles when it came to RPGs. There are more classic RPGs on those two systems than any other system that's ever come out.
Yeah, like my dad says, like his favorite console to go back to is the PlayStation because of how many RPGs.
And also the PSP. We gotta put over the PSP because.
Oh yeah, the PSP has a lot of those. Like
PSP,
especially like the Final Fantasy remakes and or the remasters, the ports and whatnot.
PSP's ports of like PS1 RPGs are totally fantastic. Breath of Fire 3, Lunar is better on PSP. You mentioned Final Fantasy. Dude, PSP has a lot of RPGs, bro.
Yeah, I really want to like. There's just so many, and like the PSP, I liked it more than I liked any of my Nintendo hands.
Dude, I'll tell you about the PSP. I totally slept on it when it first came out. Completely ignored it. And now, like in the past couple weeks, I've been discovering all these great games on it, and I'm like, wow, this is like a really good system. Like really, really, really good system.
Oh yeah. It got slept on hard. Like I don't feel like Sony pushed it enough. Like kind of like how the Vita, but I feel like they ignored the Vita.
Yeah, the Vita's not quite like the PSP. Plus, I think Nintendo.
It's got a few good ones. Like you can get some PS1 RPGs on there. Like what is it? What is that mecha one? I can't remember it. It's like a tactical RPG. It was like a Square game, I think. Front Mission 3, yeah.
I love Front Mission, bro.
Yeah, you can get Front Mission 3 on Vita is real.
Yeah, I like Front Mission.
Okay, here's another question. So speaking about Dragon Quest VII, back then, why was Dragon Quest VII only released on the PS1? Because of the hardware, or like just to have more power, just to make the game like Final Fantasy VII?
It was because I can answer that question easily. It was because Enix at the time realized that the N64 could not handle the size of the game that they wanted it to be. Same thing why they put Final Fantasy VII on there, because the N64's cartridge-based system was fine, but the size of what they wanted to do with Dragon Quest and Final Fantasy was too big. That's why. And so that's why the PS1 became the home to so many RPGs. That's why.
Yeah, they had more room on the disc.
The disc, yeah, and you could do multiple discs, whereas it just didn't work for it. Nintendo, that was one of the biggest blunders of Nintendo, bro, is going cartridge again.
Oh, yeah.
Huge blunder.
Yeah, and then there was that short-lived disc drive system they were doing for the
which the America never even got. I don't think America even got it.
We never did it. There was a prototype that I've seen floating around, but it never actually made it over.
Yeah, because I heard if you wanted to put all of Final Fantasy VII on an N64 cartridge, it would take 22 cartridges.
Fuck. Yeah, imagine having to stack them on top of one another like those like Sonic cartridges for the Genesis.
Oh yeah, it would fall over.
Oh yeah, just have a leaning tower of Final Fantasy.
And then Nintendo's they're such pricks, bro. Then GameCube comes out, right? And then we get the mini discs. So Nintendo didn't even go with a traditionally sized disc until Wii. Think about that, bro. They are so stubborn, dude. You had Sega CD and 3DO and all these other companies, Jaguar CD, which a lot of those flopped. Sony did it right. And then Nintendo was just kicking and screaming no. Come on, dude.
And I mean and then there was the Dreamcast. It had discs and it was pretty decent, but they screwed up hard with that. But had they not, it would have been a big, it would have been awesome. But
well, the Dreamcast, they didn't really screw up with the Dreamcast. What happened was the PS2 killed it. Because I remember,
that's true.
Yeah, the PS2.
I thought piracy was what killed that thing because they had no way of
Dude, okay.
I thought they had wasn't it like
Yes.
they had no way of like
So
protecting
okay.
their discs or whatever?
Here's what it was. Every other system during that time had a kind of a piracy lock on it. Dreamcast did not. The thing is, Dreamcast had these things called GCDs, the gigabyte CDs. They were bigger than regular CDs. And so what? But here's the thing: there was the people online figured out a way it's called overburning, where you could actually burn an entire Dreamcast game on a regular CD and play it on Dreamcast, and there would be no mod chip, no a boot drive, none of that shit. It just worked. I know because I have like 30 Dreamcast games. They're all burned by me, like legit. I'm not even gonna lie to you about it. So, right. But like, that's not what killed the system though. What killed it was the PS2 came out that Christmas, or was it? I think it was Christmas or no, like September of like 2001. I think it was.
No, it was November 2000.
Yeah, 2000, and then November. And then what happened was they offered a DVD player. That's what freaking, then that hurt them. And I remember the article coming out when Sega said we're done with consoles. Sony sold more PS2s than Dreamcast sold games. And that's when it was like, all right, we're out.
Yeah,
and
that's pretty sad.
Dreamcast had some good games on it.
Yeah, like Power Stone and like I guess the Sonic Adventure games, if those are your speed.
Oh, it was dude, NBA Hoops. You had King of Fighters. You had
Crazy Taxi,
Skies of Arcadia, Resident Evil Code Veronica, a bunch of stuff, bro.
Yeah. What was that? Did they release the Jet Set Radio games on that thing?
Yes. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be back. Keep going.
Okay.
Okay, any other questions that we missed, Daisy?
Having some good talk here. Ah,
Oh, yeah. Okay, let's see.
This is what happens when you get two people who love to talk in the same stream. It's just nonstop.
Yep.
Let's see.
My bad, guys.
Christoph is asking, did we ever get the DQ 1, 2, and 3 for the Wii overseas? No, we did not.
Nope, missed that.
Yeah, no. Yeah, we missed a lot of that stuff, unfortunately.
And also, so what party members did we take with us in DQ3? I took a soldier, a priest, and a mage, and then I know I upgraded one of them to a sage, and then when I replayed the game, I actually upgraded the goof off into a sage.
Honestly, I couldn't even. It's been it's been a long time since I played 3, so I couldn't really tell you where what I had, but whatever it was, it worked.
All right.
Again, goldfish memory.
What about you, Sack?
What was the question again?
What
party did you take into DQ 3?
Okay, so I started off with the female martial artist. I had the male priest. I had a warrior, male warrior, and I swapped the priest into a martial artist about a little while into it, and I think I made the female martial artist into a sage.
Nice.
Yeah. You get one free sage in the game with a book.
Oh yeah, the Book of Satori.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Hope you don't spoil. What happened to the mother at the beginning of Dragon Quest V? Let's see. I don't know if we should.
Don't answer.
Okay. Yeah, I can't say it.
Yeah, spoilers. That's what.
Play the game.
Spoil. Let's play the game.
Well, just play the game. If you happen to have an ability to play that game on any means necessary, whether it be a DS or whatever, just play that and you'll get your answers.
All right. So another question. So what do we think of the new Monsters game with starring Eric and Mia that's in development? I mean, I'm looking forward to playing.
I'm looking forward to that game never coming out or getting turned into something entirely different. Because that's most likely what's going to happen.
Which I don't want to happen, and most likely will. I still want it to star Eric and me. You know?
It would be nice, but I just feel like, again, I'm going to have to reiterate what I said before. I feel like they saw what was happening with the Pokemon franchise, like with the custom avatars and stuff, and I feel like they're gonna try to do something with that. Or they might just turn it into like another futuristic Monster Joker style game. Who knows?
Alright, so Might Nerium's asking, who's my favorite character in DQ10? I will definitely say Ann Lucia.
I'm gonna say our good friend Allie's Wetling.
Yeah.
That's a good
That's
choice.
my favorite character.
Okay.
Just shouting her out.
Screw this. Screw this.
Okay, so been playing through Dragon Quest. Okay, been playing through Dragon Quest 7 recently, and my opinion of it is constantly changing. What is your opinion of it, and how do you feel it compares to the rest of the mainline games? I mean, I think DQ7 is definitely a little too long for its own good. There's like many parts of the games that, like there's many parts of that game that could be trimmed. There's way too many parts of the game that just kind of don't. I mean, I wouldn't say unresolved, but that just don't follow up on the. Once you actually solve the thing in the past and then go to the future, they don't really follow up a lot on certain stories, which I think is part of the weaknesses of the game. Oh, I wouldn't say DQ7's the worst one. I mean,
I can still remember parts of 7 while I can't remember hardly anything in 6.
Oh yes, I agree, Carlos. I wish we could zoom to the past in 7. That was also thank you for reminding me of that.
Yeah, you know what? It should have had like a specific name, like time zoom or something.
Yeah, because I know in Dragon Quest X you can easily go between like the past and the present.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, any more questions, Daisy?
Time travel is always fun.
Yeah. Okay. So, what monsters do you like throughout the Dragon Quest series? Okay. Let me think. There's way too many.
Always amazing.
Yeah. But I'm trying to think of one beside the slimes. I like the Drakeys. Oh,
Yeah.
I like the Cruel Cumbers. Those are funny.
Oh yeah, those guys are goofy. Their death animations are hilarious.
Yeah, there's so many good monsters. I can't remember.
I like the saber cat. Those things are cool.
Yeah, the Saber Cat's cool. I mean,
there's a lot of there's a lot of fun monster designs. There's also some crazy ones I can't remember the names of them, but they're the knights from 11 that are headless and they have a shield that has a face on it.
Oh yeah, I think I remember those. Those are cool.
Those guys are cool. There's just so many good ones.
Oh yeah, I also like the Cyclops and the Gigantes. Especially in the later games when they actually make them look really huge on the map.
Oh yeah. And you just look up and you're like, well, I gotta fight that now.
Oh, right.
Jocules is hilarious.
Yeah, Jercules.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know a lot of people. I know that there's a lot of people that don't like the puns, but
I'm back, by the way. Keep going.
I think Jercules was a really funny pun.
Yeah, the big four-armed, that was hilarious.
Okay, so the Your Dragon Axe. Did you ever hatch the egg in Dragon Quest Monsters 2 and get the secret monsters? I mean, I have Dragon Quest Monsters 2, I just haven't played it yet, I'm sorry.
Yeah, me either. I haven't played that game either. I have it, just haven't played it.
Okay, how do you mean Huncules? Let's see, your favorite monsters may be the Sham Hand Witches. Yeah, those two. Okay, so Grant Elswig is saying, what if they remade 5 in the style of your story? Let's see, I know that game has been remade 3 times already. Yeah, I would totally play it if it was your story.
I don't know, if they remade 5, I just want it to look like how Dragon Quest 3D games have always looked.
Oh yeah, like 11.
I just prefer that.
I always wanted to play 5 on PS2, bro, and translated, because that PS2 game it's very unique the way it looks. It doesn't look like 8, even though that's also on PS2. It's it looks more like the 4 remake, just enhanced. I always wanted to play that game.
Actually, it's already fan translated.
Really? The whole thing?
Yeah, the whole thing. I have the ISO.
Wow.
Finding out about you're always the one to tell me about these things.
It looks like you're going to be streaming that one soon.
Right.
If I can figure out how to stream it with the fan translation, yes. If I can figure it out, that's gonna require some work, but yes.
Yeah.
PS2 streaming is a little bit tougher than what I've been doing lately, but we can work it out.
Yeah, there's actually like a decent there's a decent emulator out, but it's a little hard to get the interlacing right on it though.
We could discuss it another time because I actually wanted to play. A lot of people want me to play Budokai Tenkaichi 3, and I haven't touched that game in like 15 years.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna suck at it, but there's a lot of good games on PS2 also.
Okay, so Lizzie is asking, have any of us played the Dragon Quest Monster Joker games?
Yes, the first one, and it's awesome.
Okay, yeah, I haven't.
I played the first one, never finished it, but I did play it, and I do want to go back and restart that, actually.
I did finish it, but getting the extra stuff like Liquid Metal Slime and all that, those are, and like Metal King is like impossible. Like the bonus stuff. I was trying to do it, I just got tired of it. But I was able to farm Zoma, and that made me happy, so.
Oh yes, we definitely will. Yes, we definitely want a Chrono Trigger remake.
Oh, bro.
I
love Chrono Trigger.
I don't know, because that's tough. It's already a perfect game, dude. That's like Dragon Quest 3. Like, that's already a perfect game the way it is.
Honestly, I wouldn't even want it remade. I just could port to Switch or something. That's it.
Yeah, they could just put it on the Nintendo store. I don't see why not. Like, well, I guess it's not really a Nintendo game. I know the Angry Video Nerd was talking about how they don't have TMNT, they don't have like Castlevania on there, but that's probably because they're not like Nintendo games. They're like, Konami and Capcom. But I feel like if they added stuff like that, it could work.
Well, it's a Square game, so I don't see how they. I mean, if Square Enix, I guess, got enough.
You're talking about Breath of Fire, right?
I'm talking about Chrono Trigger.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That they've already got Breath of Fire on the Nintendo Super Nintendo app gimmick thing, on Switch. So I don't see why they can't put Chrono Trigger, but they probably want to charge for it. That's all I can think of.
Well, the thing is, Square is weird with characters. Is like for instance, that's why we don't really see Super Mario RPG 2 or whatever, because they technically own the rights to a lot of those characters and like Genos and all that. So I don't know. It just Square's weird with some of their older IPs.
Okay, so we have another question. Do you guys recommend the Dragon Quest Heroes series, which is spin-offs? I think Danny would be able to answer this better than me.
I'm sorry, I was reading a text. What was the question? I apologize.
Do you guys recommend the Dragon Quest Heroes series?
I like it. I think I have a blast streaming it. It's fun. It has characters from other games. It's an action RPG in Dynasty Warrior style, very different. I feel like a lot of people who don't like turn-based RPGs would probably like those. So I mean, you know what? If you want to get to Dragon Quest and you don't like turn-based, I say go for it. I mean, at least you're going to be one of us. You might not be, you're going to miss out on some great storytelling with the mainline games, but, at least you're going to play a game. I just feel like those games are appreciated more if you play the other games, because, who Terry is, who the secret bosses are, who Jessica is, it just... You recognize the music. It really is a game made for people who already know the other games. But if you don't, that's okay. It could be a good gateway drug.
I've only played the first one of those, and I had fun with it for and with Muso games. It's not like a type of genre I get into, but it's fun and the character and just the representation is nice. So yeah, if you like Dragon Quest, if you want to get into Dragon Quest and you want, again, like what Geekdom said, if you like action,
you can call me by first name, games, bro. If you want, you can call me by first name.
Danny, Geekdom. Either way. But yeah, what Danny said, if you want like a more action-oriented game, yeah, play it. It's fun. Like I've only played the first one, so I can't say anything on the second one.
Two is even better, but I haven't played it enough to like say, they're good games. I mean, and they're very cheap. Because I think Heroes 1 is like $10 to $15 now. So if you have a PS4, I don't see why not, dude. Like,
yeah. I also like the little intricate details on like clothing that I've seen on some of the characters. They look really nice, like the little embroidery on.
I just love the fact that Dragon Quest has the JRPG mainline, it has the builders, which is like a Minecraft type of thing, and it has the monsters, which is like monster catching, but it's still RPG, and then it's got the action. I like how Dragon Quest kind of has a lot of different bases covered, and I like.
Oh yeah, and then you got like the rocket flying games, which are just
wacky.
Weird, but awesome. Yeah.
They're like puzzle games. They're kind of like puzzle games.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
All right, so this may be
all
one.
we need now is the first-person shooter, and we're good.
and a fighting game that's not Smash, like an actual Dragon Quest fighting game.
A Dragon Quest fighting game would be awesome. Well, in Japan they have the arcade, which I actually played it. I didn't like it, bro, but it could be because I don't understand what the hell was going on. But I was not a fan of it, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, but if we got like an actual like fighting game, whether it's an arena fighter, which, but like an actual like maybe 2D style fighter.
Like, yeah, 2D fighter, bro. I'd be down for that.
Or like a Soul Calibur style game.
Yeah, you get to pick like fucking like Necrosaro. Like, oh, that'd be awesome, bro. You know what? That'd be pretty cool, actually. Well, it'll never happen. That'd be pretty cool. Remember, Lyle was a character in Guys or whatever.
Guys, God Bless the Ring. I remember that.
Yeah, I was like, how do you pronounce that game? But yeah, he was in there. And there's Dissidia.
Oh yeah, the Dissidia games. I always like the PSP ones especially.
Yeah. All right, so this made me wonder: are the DQ games on the Japanese Super Famicom Classic? No, they are not.
That's interesting because
they have the Final Fantasies, yeah.
That's interesting too. But you know what? Didn't they? I think it's because they've re-released them so much over there. Like when the Wii has like this special Dragon Quest trilogy game, where it's basically the original NES ports and the Super Famicom remakes for the original 3 games available on Wii. I mean, I would never buy it because, well, I don't speak Japanese. But even if I did, I already would own those games. But at the same time, it does have a cool like menu system, and there's cool like what's the word, like aesthetic things, but it's just the same games being ported over. It's like a collection. The Mega Man collection.
Right.
Yeah, they've re-released the first 3 Dragon Quest games a lot.
Multiple times, yeah.
Let's see, what's our favorite priest character from DQ?
The one that never mind, I'm gonna make an inappropriate joke, never mind. I have to stop myself, bro, because I forget we're not doing the this is a public thing.
I'd say the one I keep forgetting because I think it's from 4. That one guy.
What I was thinking of, Alina's guy, right?
Yeah, he's good, and I guess I would consider Serena from 11 as a priest.
Is Jessica a priest?
No.
Oh, no.
She has no healing abilities.
Oh,
that's too bad. Well, that's too bad because I want her on her knees. Never mind.
Oh, isn't Angelo? Isn't Angelo a priest? Or?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's a warrior priest.
Yeah, well.
Jessica's an attack spell. Spell.
Yeah, so she's like a mage. Or wizard, whatever you. I get the classes mixed up so often.
She's not a goof off, bro, or whatever. What they call the goof offs in the remakes? Are they jesters, something like that?
Gadabout. They call it gadabout.
Yeah, a word that nobody understands.
Nobody even knows that word means.
Or something? Or is that a different class? Again, so much confusion.
Gap amount's like a word that nobody. That's like the name of a medicine or something, bro. Like nobody even understands what that word means.
It's for your genital warts, yeah.
Genital warts? Yeah.
That's what it's for. It's a cream for your genital.
Well, pass some of that over here, brother. No, I'm kidding.
So, since we're talking about a remake of the Erdrick trilogy, would we like to see a remake of the Zenithian trilogy? Well, they've already remade the Zenithian trilogy on the DS, so if you want another remake,
Maybe he means like what I was talking about, like a trilogy type of like 3D thing.
right.
Well, what we could do is just remake, like after, if like say for instance Danny's idea went through and did well, maybe they'd try their hand at the trilogy
Okay, but I feel like the problem with that is Dragon Quest 1 and 2 are already very short. I'm not that short. Like 2 is like 30 hours, 1 is like 10 hours. I feel like with 4, 5, and 6, those are all like 45-hour games. So doing that would be a little bit harder. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, they might have to. They might have to pull a 7 remake and re-release those.
Well, I mean, you would have to change a lot of things. You would have to like. It would be trickier than doing 1, 2, and 3 because 1, 2, and 3 are very cohesive. 4, 5, and 6 take place like way apart. So
yeah, they're very. It's very, and the connections are loose.
Loose, yeah, I agree. Yeah, I think it'd be harder to do it with those.
Let's see, and they're asking, have any of us played Earthbound Mother 3 Mother? I played 5 hours of Earthbound. I really liked it. I just need to play more.
I played Earthbound a long time ago.
Earthbound is Dragon Quest on PCP, bro.
Pretty much.
You're not wrong.
Yep.
Great game, really. I mean, there's never been a game quite like that one since then. Like that's one of those one-of-a-kind games.
Yeah.
Like Katamari Damacy. Those are games that like they're so unique that we're probably never gonna see a game like that again, unless it's a copycat or just a sequel.
Yeah, Earthbound's good. It's like modern I guess you can call it modern DQ in a way. Esque.
Or more like DQ times, yeah.
Well, because like it takes place like modern, like I guess not now modern, like at the time, town, true, like in reality, but also not because of how surreal that game gets. That game gets weird, bro.
And it gets weirder the more you play it.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like you're slowly starting to trip on some like hard drugs, bro.
And that's, yeah, there you go.
Alright, so any other questions?
I'm sure there's more just buried in there somewhere.
Yeah, I'm trying to look for some.
I need you to be a moderator for my streams, bro. It's so much easier if you ask the questions than me.
Oh man. So there's still a lot of people, right? Oh yeah, there's comments just coming in.
Yeah. Let's see. I don't know if 4, 5, and 6 are direct ports of the DS remake, but please release the trilogy on Switch. Yeah, totally.
They should just take the DS ports, figure out a way to kind of make them work for Switch and just put them on there. Like, I don't see why they don't do that. I think they should do that with every game. Like, all these games that are like kind of old, but not too old. You know what I mean? But not, you know, they should just put them on Switch. Like, I don't see why not.
I feel like especially like 4 through like 8 are no matter how old those games get, I feel like they're all kind of.
Like, I feel like Final Fantasy, like the PSP remakes, could easily be ported over to Switch.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like, that kind of, like, I don't see why they don't have all these games available on Switch. Like, I know we've already got the Mana games on there. We got Castlevania, we got Mega Man. Now the Zero games are on there. Like, I don't see why they don't just port everything. Like, because Switch is such a unique system in that it's a console that's also portable. So, it really is the perfect system. Like, it really is, like, when it first got announced and when I first started playing it, it was like a brilliant idea. It might not have the horsepower of, like, a PS4 or Xbox or a PC, but the fact that you can take it anywhere really changes things. I can go on an airplane, and because I played 1, 2, and 3 on Switch, and grind on an airplane, or I could take it like, you know, lay down in my bed comfortably and play the game without having to turn on TV. You know what I mean? There's so many benefits to that system.
Yeah, it's
Especially for
nice.
RPG.
Yeah, and it would be nice to have like those Final Fantasy games or the Dragon games on like a screen that's like bigger than the PSP or the DS or Game Boy screens. Just have it like bigger, easier to read, better to look at. It'd be really good to have all those.
Yeah, and then you go to the bathtub and like sit in the bath and like fight a boss. It's very nice, bro. That was.
Yeah, light some candles, you know.
I feel like, honestly, I feel like from now on, if Nintendo's next gen system after Switch is not the same thing, it's gonna be a disappointment.
It'll
I feel
fail.
like
Oh yeah.
it has to be like.
I don't know if it'll fail, but it'll definitely people will be like, oh, I really like the uniqueness of the Switch, because when I heard about what the Switch was going to be, I was like just from the concept alone, I was sold as long as it worked.
I pre-ordered that thing. I stayed up until 3 a.m. to pre-order the Switch. I got it day one. That was the only console I've ever gotten the day it came out, actually, the Switch.
Oh yeah, same for me. I pre-ordered it.
Oh yeah, me too.
Only console I ever pre-ordered.
I did not pre-order it. I bought it at a Target like a few months after it came out, but I did buy it relatively early. I usually buy my systems late, well, except for when I was a kid. So I actually can't think of a system I've ever bought day one. Like, I'm thinking about it now, and I think the PS5 might be when that comes out, might be the first one I ever buy day one.
I mean,
Like, legit.
I think I'm gonna wait on that. Depends
I
on the
didn't-
games.
I don't know, because like it's rare for me to ever pre-order any type of hardware, just because you never know what kind of issues it may come with.
Oh, suck out a super chat.
What
Super
was it?
chat?
Yeah, you got a 1999 super chat.
Oh wow.
A lot of.
Dang.
I thought you said you didn't have super chats.
I guess I do. Thank you.
Yeah.
What did it say?
Lizzie just told me that that's her money, bro. She just DM'd me and told me that, so. just let you know.
Yeah.
What does the super chat say?
No, all it just says is just because Top Gun is alpha.
Top Gun is out.
That's one of my guys. Who is it? That's one of my guys. I can tell you that right now.
Accelerator.
Yeah, that's one of my guys. We
Yeah.
watched Top Gun. We watched Top Gun the other day in the Discord, and we realized that literally everything is alpha in that movie. Like even the ice water that Tom Cruise drinks, that's alpha. The cowboy hat that the cowboy guy wears is alpha. Everything about that movie is alpha, bro. Everything. The sunsets are alpha.
All right, we have another question. So, do you guys think it's crazy that the Dragon Quest heroes are fighting against other big gaming characters in Smash, like Ultimate, like Pac-Man, Solstick, Banjo, Kazooie, and so on? It's insane. Yes, it's
I
pretty.
feel like
Listen,
it's
listen.
cool.
I love it, but go ahead. You first. I was gonna make a point, but you first.
I was just gonna say it's cool and all, but like it's Smash, so it's kind of it's nice to see Dragon Quest finally get that kind of representation. But the way I look at Smash is because I'm not a super big like Smash fan or player or whatever, but like I see it as just like the gaming Oscars,
Yeah.
What I was gonna say was when Smash first came out on N64, like. It was something, because it was like we never thought we'd get anything like that. And then like as time progressed, when they started to add characters that are non-Nintendo, because Smash was just Star Fox, Link, Pikachu, all Nintendo branded characters.
Yeah.
But when they started adding characters from competing, like when Sonic first came in, right? Like Nintendo and Sega were literally at war throughout the entirety of the 90s, right? From 90 all the way until 99. This was and it was a real war. They were literally like choking each other, right? And
there's crazy stories I've heard about from like those days, like when they would like or they were like poaching people from each other, like from their respective offices, and they would just threaten each other secretly, I believe. I think there was a Yakuza thing involved.
The advertising campaigns were very much
that too, yeah. Oh yeah, I remember the Sega does what Nintendo
don't. Yeah, all that stuff.
Yeah, that sticks out to me a lot.
Yeah, if you actually read the book called The Console Wars, behind the scenes with Sega and Nintendo back in the 90s, it was very, very corporate ruthless. back then.
Yeah, and so when you see Sonic and Smash, and then you see guys like Solid Snake and Ryu, and it's like, wow, like Nintendo has really done something here. They have Nintendo has been able to unify the biggest franchises and even the not so biggest ones in the history of gaming. I mean, when you really think about it, what major video game franchise does not have a Smash representative right now? Like, can you think of one? Is it
no?
Like, is it only Warcraft and that's it? Is there another one besides that?
Well, anything Blizzard, really.
I mean,
Anything Blizzard, right? Is that it?
Every single big Nintendo franchise.
Mostly Western games don't get in. Mostly Japanese. I think like the only Western.
Ninja Gaiden.
The only
what about
the only Western representative is
Resident Evil, yeah, I would just say Resident Evil as well, but they have like
it's in Smash technically. They have spirits, so they're represented.
Yeah, spirits.
What about the Silent Hill? Silent Hill doesn't.
Yeah, but Silent Hill's not really. Silent Hill's not really a major franchise.
It was never that big.
What about now?
Anymore, yeah, but you know, I don't know.
Like maybe like Last of Us, is that in Smash?
No.
That's PlayStation.
No Sony representation will get into this. I don't think any
Crash Bandicoot, right? He's not in Smash.
Oh yeah, he needs to be in Smash.
No, the only Western representation that they have is Banjo and Kazooie, right? Except for maybe Shovel Knight and Undertale, but you know those aren't like they're not characters. Like one's an assist trophy and one's a skin. So.
Oh, you know, on the topic of Dragon Quest getting in, I've always wanted Dragon Quest to get in, but it just felt like it would never happen. And then when it happened, it's like I get like, you know how Banjo fans are like, oh man, finally. I felt like that was always gonna happen eventually, but Dragon Quest doesn't get like a lot of, you know, credit from the gaming media, so I felt like it just wasn't gonna happen because it's not one of those games.
Honestly, I saw Dragon Quest getting in more than Banjo just because like. Smash has had a reputation of just being Japanese-only franchises, so...
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy Dragon Quest is in, but I'm just terrible with the hero, though, when I play as him.
I don't know.
It's still super weird to me to see Cloud and, like, the hero...
fighting.
Standing side by side.
They do have Dragon Quest Final Fantasy hybrid games that we never got over here, like when they fight.
That's true, but like in a game that, you know, came out over here and like, in... the quality that it looks like the models and everything, it's so weird, you know.
It is weird.
It's weird.
It's weird that they're like together and fighting, and like Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest and Persona and Pokemon and all these RPGs. All the top selling RPG franchises in the world, JRPG franchises in the world are in Smash. They're all in Smash. Dragon Quest, Final Fantasy, Pokemon.
Except for Golden Sun.
Golden Sun.
That's a Nintendo. Yeah. Golden Sun's Nintendo, right? Correct.
Yeah. Yeah.
They could put that in.
But Golden Sun's not really a top RPG franchise, though. They don't really
sell it was pretty big. It's just they haven't had a game in a while, and I know they have an assist trophy, I think, but that's about it.
Oh, so that's representation. That's something.
Yeah, but that's not the representation that Golden Sun fans want.
Right. Well, it was like movies now. We got to have a LGBT character in every movie. It's like, are we in that now with the Smash? Well, you know what? I was happy because it meant more people were going to be exposed to Dragon Quest. It was more so as a Dragon Quest fan being happy that new people were going to be able to experience these characters and say, hey, let me play these games. Plus, we got 4. We didn't get 1, we got 4, and that's awesome.
Yeah, I remember when the leak was going around, it was Erdrick, and it was technically right, but, you know, we ended up getting, Erdrick, Solo, 8, and 11, and I was like, awesome, this is fantastic. I remember the stream, your reaction video, you were gone when it happened, and you came back and you're like, oh yeah, they're in. And, what?
Oh yeah, because I was with some other guys, and I was, you know, this is one of my biggest regrets is the fact that I missed the hero reveal, the moment he got revealed, because I was picking up my brother from his graduation practice, because he was graduating that day from high school, right? And I had to go pick him up. I was driving home so fast. I was running past the lights. I drove so fast and so badly, and I freaking bolted out of the car, went to the stream, turned it on, and then I saw them, and I was like, "Holy shit! It's actually it happened!" That's how I saw it.
Yeah, I remember the first one was like, they were like, yo, Sack, Erdrick's in, but so is the others. And you were like, what?
Yeah, that would have been sucked if you got pulled over, Sack.
Yeah. Hey, whatever.
You'd
It's
have missed
fine.
the whole thing, yeah.
My reaction would have been good. You know what? You know the thing I'm most pissed off about is the freaking YouTube has all these. Oh, YouTubers react to the hero in Smash. I'm not in a single one of those damn videos, even though
Well, you also didn't have a face cam and you didn't like freak out, you know.
I wasn't
so
screaming my
there's
head
that.
off, even though I'm a bigger Dragon Quest fan than any of those guys. I wasn't like going crazy. I couldn't even say anything. I was so speechless because of what happened, and I like really
Well,
couldn't say.
that's exactly why you didn't get put into those compilations.
I was completely speechless. I was like, just like my head was like spinning when it happened. I couldn't say anything, and yeah, I didn't get put in any of those damn compilations because of that.
And the face cam also probably has a lot to do with that.
Yeah. I was
All right,
making
we got.
dumb face. All right, any questions?
All right, so did you guys enjoy Dragon Quest 6? I personally didn't enjoy many of the random encounters.
We talked about 6 before, and it's an enigma of a game. As every time I play it, I forget everything that happened.
Same
Yeah,
here. Exactly the same. I forget everything about the story.
It's really a forgettable game in a weird way.
Yeah,
You
it's
know
great.
that game was $100 in Japan when it came out.
Yeah,
Oof.
in my opinion, it was just so convoluted, and I didn't really like the dream world and the real world thing. So yeah.
I keep forgetting. The only thing I ever remember about that game is that I call him Blue Gohan. That's all I ever remember about that game is Blue Gohan.
I remember I only played through that game once in my entire life on Super Nintendo, translated ROM, obviously. And you're right, there's not much. I remember the boss fight Dark Dream, which his new name. What's his new name now, bro? He has like a new name now, like
Couldn't tell you.
Nicliptor or some shit, whatever. He's fucking badass. And I remember
Clitoris. Nick Clitoris, yeah.
Clitoris, yeah. So,
Yeah.
anyways, I don't remember shit. I liked the whole dream world, real world thing, but the game, it's not even a bad game at all. It's not. There's no bad Dragon Quest.
It's
not
just
a bad
forgettable.
game, but it's very forgettable. Yeah, it's very forgettable.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah,
Even
it's probably
Smash
like-
is more memorable.
Yeah, honestly, on my tier list, I probably put like 6 at the bottom. Just like it's not a bad game, just in terms of like which games I put like more, and like 6 is at the bottom.
It's not one of my. It's somewhere in the middle for me because I tend to enjoy 4 and 5 more than 6, and 3, but I enjoy 6 more than 1 and 2, and more than 7. So it's like in the middle.
That's fair.
Like the problem with 7 is just that it's so damn long and repetitive.
Yeah.
Like Mike Johnson. No, it's so long and repetitive.
Need
But,
some of that
like,
trim, huh?
But it has a good storyline. It has a good concept, a really good concept, and a very emotional ending. You know, Captain America and Endgame, yeah, motherfucker, they did it first.
Yeah.
It's. I don't ever want to play it again, except maybe once on stream. Like, I never really want to play that game again. Actually, if you play it with an emulator, you can fast forward the grinding, so it makes it a lot easier. But it's just so uncomfortably grindy that it's just it annoys me.
Danny, I was actually going to ask a question myself. Have you streamed any of the Dragon Quest games yet?
Not yet, but well, I did stream Heroes, but the originals not yet. I thought about doing.
Yeah.
I wanted to do the 4 PS1 version, but we couldn't get a translation on it, which is too bad because I really wanted to play that game.
Yeah, you should think about it just like just marathoning through those, like
I
not
did-
like literally. But,
I did stream one on my YouTube channel once, many years
oh
ago.
yeah,
But yeah, I thought about it. I would do the Super Famicom ones because the grinding is so much better, bro. I just don't want to bore people with grinding, you know.
yeah.
Okay, one person is asking, what did we think about Dragon Ball Z Kakarot?
Kill
It's
me.
fine.
It follows me everywhere.
It's fine as a game. Like it's not like a terrible game in terms of a gameplay perspective. It's fine. It's just kind of button mashy and repetitive. If you're looking for just a game to mash buttons through, like go for it, I guess.
Yeah, because I mean, I mean, let's see, like on Kakarot, I haven't played it since January. I only beat Frieza, and that's as far as I got. Then after that, Dragon Quest X took over for me. So
It's alright.
yeah, I think it's an okay game.
I never played it.
It's not. I mean, like again, like there's issues. It has its issues, but like it's not awful. It's just I mean, if you're a Dragon Ball fan, you'll eat it up.
All right, let's see. Yep, sackchief is alive.
I'm right here.
People still think I'm dead.
Yep.
People literally thought I was
no.
dead when I was gone for 2 months for
You
basic
didn't
training.
make a video telling them you were leaving?
No, I didn't.
Oh yeah, he was dead. We had to take him to a priest to get him revived. That's why it took so long.
Yeah, there we go. Let's see.
That's what happens when we don't have any Yggdrasil leaves on hand.
Let's see. Yeah. Okay, here's a good one. Has anyone wondered why Square has never considered their own Smash Brothers? They have plenty of characters and franchises. I mean, I think Dissidia would be the closest thing they ever did, but that's
Dissidia and that one party game with Dragon Quest Final Fantasy characters.
That'd be cool.
But you're right, though. There are other franchises that they gotta always put in there.
Oh yeah, they have tons.
For sure. I mean, there's a lot of ideas that companies could do they never do, bro. You could do a Smash type of game, but do it like racing, like a Mario Kart type thing, right? Which is another one, but have other characters like, you know.
Well, there is a kart game that did come out, I think, recently that did that, and it's not very good. It's not video game franchise. It's DreamWorks, and it's yeah.
Well, I mean, you have to make a good game, obviously. I'm talking about a good game.
Yeah,
but I mean,
yeah.
But I mean, they, Mario Kart. I think Nintendo's so good at everything, though, bro. It's like, except for the mistakes they've made, Nintendo makes good games. You can't really fuck with them. Like they know what they're doing, dude. Because
like
there are better Mario Karts, but there's no like terrible ones. Double Dash became like it being like okay.
Yeah, the closest thing I think that we have to like a Smash racing game is, in fact, like besides any fan-made ones, is Mario Kart 8 because it has Link and some Animal Crossing and Splatoon characters in it. And
right, but that's all Nintendo. We're talking about
that's all Nintendo.
Interbreeding because Crash Team Racing is Sony's little thing.
Yeah, and it's all Crash, and they did Spyro, so there's that in that.
Oh, there's a Sega racing game with like a bunch of Sega characters and stuff.
Yeah, there was, and the Xbox version of one of those had Banjo.
And there was a freaking the guy from Shenmue. He was in there, and Alex Kidd was in there.
And then there was that one NASCAR / Formula One, whatever. I don't remember specifically, like girl who was there for some reason.
They could totally. I mean, I don't know, man.
I'm waiting for Dragon Ball Kart.
Why don't we have a remake of Diddy Kong Racing? That was better than Mario Kart.
Dude, they were working on a Diddy Kong Racing sequel at one point, but it got scrapped.
Was that a Rare thing? Is that why? Like Rare, the company?
Probably. Probably.
Yeah, they left Nintendo and went to Xbox, and I never actually read about why, but
couldn't tell you.
Like where the fuck is Conker's Bad Fur Day, bro? Why has that not been remastered?
Well, it did get remade.
It was remade on the Xbox, but it sucked on the Xbox.
It sucked on the Xbox. I'm talking about do it like right, like freaking put that game back out again, bro. Conker's Bad Fur Day, bro.
Rare doesn't make anything but Connect games now. And
they have somebody else do it, man. Remaster that fucking thing.
Most of the staff that worked at Rare works at Playtonic now, so like the Rare they have isn't even the Rare, so it might as well just be a different company altogether.
I can't wait for the fucking. Never mind. I lost the train of thought.
Dude, Rare Racing would be awesome.
Oh yeah, Battletoads.
Yeah, Battletoads.
I forgot they own more. They already did Battletoads Double Dragon, which I've never played. Have you played Battletoads Double Dragon?
I think it's okay.
No.
It's more Battletoads than Double Dragon.
So it's really
Battle-
hard.
The Battletoads were in Shovel Knight on the Xbox, and they were also in the new Killer Instinct game on Xbox One. At least one of them was.
You know what's a great NES game that I would love it if they remade but made it not so hard is, or at least make a sequel. Remember Little Nemo, the Dream Master?
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like that game is so impossibly hard, but like it's so cool how you can like, you know, throw fruit at like monsters and then you hop on them to get to other parts of it like that. Dude, can you imagine if they made a 3D version of that like Mario 64? What the fuck are they thinking, man? They need to put me in charge of making video games, bro. I make so many video games.
Right.
You got a lot of good ideas up in there.
Okay,
I know,
so
bro.
there's okay. I hope Sack doesn't get mad at this, but why does Sack not like Final Fantasy and only likes Dragon Quest? In one of his videos,
That's
It's
not
just a
true.
meme.
one of his videos, he shows DQ8 and FF12 demo, and he says, "Why would you want this to FF?" Someone's asking.
Because
that.
Final Fantasy 12 sucks dick and Dragon Quest 8 is good. That's why. There's your answer.
Yeah.
I'm not Sack, but there's your answer.
Sack likes to meme, but he secretly likes Final Fantasy, guys.
No, I don't.
Sure.
Yeah, but
Just like
don't-
just like how you've never played Persona 5, even though you meme on Persona.
Persona 5. Never played Persona.
Never
5.
heard of it. Never heard of
Never
it.
heard of that before in my life.
Even
Never.
even though I've seen that Persona poster of yours.
I never bought Persona 5 Day 1, the special edition. Or
You
any
wanna
of
know
that.
what you wanna know what the problem is, man? I'm gonna explain it right now, because people motherfuckers don't know what the problem is. Here's the fucking problem. The fucking problem is the fact that Square Enix treats Final Fantasy the way we want Dragon Quest to be treated. Point blank,
Exactly.
that's the problem. Every fucking game comes over, they have 2 MMOs running with servers, they fucking put out the stupid fucking Advent Children movie that sucks dick. They fucking treat
yeah.
Final Fantasy like the way Dragon Quest should be treated, and because of that, you fat Americans are all fucking whacking off Final Fantasy, and we've been telling you for fucking years now, we've been telling you Dragon Quest is either equal or superior, especially with the recent titles, I would say superior, and y'all are still on that fucking bullshit about Final Fantasy. You can't, am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong.
You're not wrong. I like both Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest equally. So
No, I don't like them equally, but I mean, I love the old Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy ain't Final Fantasy anymore, bro. Until
I grew
7
up-
remake fixed
I grew up with them. I grew up with them kind of like side by side. So like I was playing them, you know, around the same time. So I have like a equal love for both series. It's just as a nostalgia thing.
Yeah, but the thing is, Final Fantasy has fallen off, bro. Final Fantasy is trash now. 7
I don't know.
remake,
7 remake kind of
remake-
popped off.
that was the best game in a while. But
Yeah.
fuck Final Fantasy 15, fuck 13, and fuck 12. At least
I like
Dragon
I
Quest
like
is consistent.
15 to like I like some elements of 15. I didn't like 13. I didn't like 12.
See, when you're a Dragon Quest fan, you're still stuck in like the 90s where half our games don't even get fucking translated. We're still waiting for the Yangus game, fucking Slime Knight, or fucking Rocket Slime 3. Like, there's so many fucking games that we never got, and it's fucking bullshit. It really is. It's bullshit. And everybody wants to whack off Final Fantasy. I'm not saying Final Fantasy. You like whatever you like. It's just that
Yeah.
don't sit there and come into my presence and tell me you're an RPG master, and then when I ask you how many Dragon Quest you play, you like none. Get out of my sight with that shit, bro. I'm sorry, but I'm not trying to be a purist here or like an elitist, but you're not gonna have any credibility, bro. It's like if somebody claims to be like a cinephile, but they've never seen like The Godfather or like Gone with the Wind, like you're not gonna have any credibility, you know? There's just certain things that you have to experience if you call yourself a real fan of RPGs or, you know, that genre.
Yeah, that's why I always tell people, if you like Final Fantasy and you want, like, especially the older ones, play Dragon Quest. Just play Dragon Quest. And even if not, still play Dragon Quest.
No, and what pisses me off specifically is the fact that I have friends who like Dragon Ball and Final Fantasy and they haven't played Dragon Quest. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
Like, it's literally made for them. If they like Final Fantasy
It's
and Dragon
made-
Ball, Dragon Quest is made for them, like, straight up.
They don't even realize it, bro. And then when they do realize it, oh my God, it's so much better than I thought. Oh yeah, that's what I've been telling you, you ass. I've been telling you this shit for years.
And then they'll play like 1 or 2, and then they'll like leave it, and then they'll be like, "Oh, I'll get to it eventually."
Suck a dick for that, bro. Sorry for cursing, ruining your stream.
It's okay.
All right, so like they're asking, can I ask you guys what you think of the Builder series?
Fine. It's not
It's
my
fine.
cup of tea, but
I mean, I have them, haven't played them.
it has its fans, and like again, I don't hate it. I don't love it. It's all right.
I like it a lot. I enjoyed what I enjoy it more than like Minecraft or something like that. Like I'd rather play Builders than something like that. I like the RPG elements.
Yeah, speaking of Builders, my one for the Vita still hasn't hit after 2 months.
Neither is mine. Mine hasn't shown up yet either. Okay, everyone I know. The Vita version of Builders, there's an English version only available in Asia. Play Asia recently restocked it, and I ordered that shit. And that is probably the rarest DQ game actually. If you're not counting.
Question, are they still putting games out for the Vita?
Yep, they are. Every single month a new Vita game comes out by
In Japan or here or both?
English. It's a Asian English version. So
it's like
No. I'm
like
talking
China
about,
or
are they
Hong
still
Kong.
putting out Vita games like multiple different companies?
yes, they are. Lots of companies and indie
had
developers
no
are making their Vita games. Oh shit, that was close.
I had no idea.
Yeah, the Vita basically is like the Dreamcast of handhelds. There's still a really dedicated scene on it for hacking, for indie games, for a lot of shit. It's actually very dedicated. Like you'd be surprised. Vita fans are like crazy.
Now, when did they stop making Dreamcast games? Because I remember hearing they were making up until like the mid 2000s. Is that true?
Homebrew.
They're still making Dreamcast games.
There's homebrew Dreamcast games well into the mid 2000s. I'm not sure if
Oh,
they're
they're homebrews. Okay, I thought it was official.
Yeah, they're like it's indie companies, but they're games.
That's kind of cool, bro. I'm not gonna lie, because I have my Dreamcast.
Yeah, and they sell them physically too, which is crazy.
Yeah, with box art and everything. I've seen them.
Yeah, it's
I
really
remember
cool.
they have Super Nintendo and Nintendo games like that, that they work on the actual system.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, someone's saying, who's the dude cursing? I need to follow him on Twitter.
talking
Oh,
about
that's
you.
me. That's me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be our good friend Geekdom.
Yeah. Now my Twitter is at Rura Cypress. RURACYPRESS. That's my Twitter.
Yeah, needs to get to 700 followers.
Follow me on there, okay, please. Oh, it's Friday. That's right. Let me make sure we get her.
Oh yeah, she was streaming earlier, and I hosted her stream on Twitch actually.
Yeah, we gotta get her Twitter up, bro. 'Cause I want to see her face. I'm tired of this fucking game.
Dude, I need to see it also. I'm tired of it also. I gotta see.
We gotta see her face.
Oh, we are
Only Nick
terrible
has probably
people.
seen it.
I don't think he even has.
Well, that kind of scares me, bro. But okay.
Wait, you don't think who has?
I don't think Nick has either.
Oh, that's bullshit if he hasn't yet. Come on.
That's bullshit. Yeah, that's right. Sack ain't gonna stand for that shit, bro.
No, definitely not.
All right, so someone's asking. This is an important question, but what video game system startup do you enjoy the most and the most memorable? I mean,
Are we talking about like the startup sound?
yeah.
That's a weird question.
I mean,
Well, I get it because like my
Let me guess.
favorite to this
GameCube.
no my favorite to this day is the PlayStation 1 startup.
yeah, mine too. That's my favorite.
Okay, I like the PS1. What about the PS2?
Yeah, the PlayStation 2 like blew my ears out every time I started up.
You're right. No, I'm sorry, but GameCube is the cutest one, bro.
I just like the epicness of the PlayStation 1 because it's like the startup of a journey.
Yeah, that's what I like about it.
Like every time I hear it, I get like goosebumps.
RURA Cypress, bro. Go follow. Right now.
Yeah, especially for DQ10 content.
Yep. Follow Rura Cypress.
She lost 5 followers, bro. I don't like that.
How did that happen?
My favorite console startup is sackchief opening.
Yeah, that's true. I haven't changed the opening in like 2 or 3 years. That was my first opening.
What would the startup sound of sackchief be? Would it be?
Okay. We have a really good question here. So, do you think if DQ somehow magically got as popular as Final Fantasy, would it become stale, or would it lose polish like oversaturation?
No, because I can't answer that because the thing about Dragon Quest is every game is good. Hori has not given us a bad game yet, and that's why. As long as he keeps making good games, it
I
can't.
feel like as long as Hori is behind the wheel, we'll be fine.
Because, dude, how many Mario games? Like, dude, Mario Odyssey was like amazing. Mario Galaxy is good. Like, there's no there's very few bad Mario games. So no, I don't think anything. I think as long as you make good games, people will keep coming. That's what I felt that way.
It's the same way with like Legend of Zelda. Legend of Zelda has a ton of like the only.
Breath of the Wild's garbage.
And Breath of the Wild's like amazing, but the only stinker I think from like Zelda would be like the CDI game.
Breath of the Wild.
Oh god, CDI games.
Link to the Past Link to the Past is pretty trash, but you know.
What? Okay.
Don't forget Breath of the Wild. Man, fuck you. I know what you're trying to do. Forget Breath of the Wild, bro. Where you at least Link to the Past, my weapons don't break every 2 seconds. Stuck in the middle of nowhere.
That's cool. At least my character looks like a human.
No, he doesn't, bro.
Looks more human than the other one.
Bro, you played Dragon Quest, bro, where you got fucking motherfucking toggles and shit and fucking that.
Yeah. I don't play as a toggle.
Wait a minute. So what you're telling me? So what you're telling me right now, live on the air, is that you're prejudiced towards non-human main characters. You don't like Banjo. You don't like any of them. You only like fucking human ones. That's fucked.
I'm not Mike Neary. Hey, listen, I'm not Mike Nearium here. I don't hate Banjo. Mike, I'm putting Mike Nearium on blast now. Screw it.
Okay, well I feel bad for him, bro, because you know.
Yeah. He'll be alright. Nah, but I like most Zelda games, and same way with Dragon Quest. I just prefer them all. I just like them all.
I like most Zelda games too. Oh, look at that! She's up to 490. Yes.
Well, what was the deal for 700?
Bro, she just jumped 10. Oh, 491. She jumped 11 in the past like minute, bro. I'm gonna post it in my fucking community tab. I'm like, yo, guys, do me a favor and give her a follow, bro.
What the heck?
We're going to see her face before the end of the quarantine, bro.
Oh, hopefully.
Yeah, she went bro.
I replied back to her. I said, this is a crisis. Anyways, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to go off topic. So, yeah, Dragon Quest can work if the games keep being good. So
yeah. Which is almost a guarantee.
Let's see. Do you think a DQ9 remake may be coming with recent reports? This is one of the games I haven't played. Let's see.
Zach covered that.
Yeah.
That was just a wish list video mostly, but the thing is, they talked about it in the stream last year. Hino and Hori talked about how Hino said that he'd be able to do in a few months. He'd be able to finish it off if he was given control. I think it's gonna happen eventually because there's no way to really play it right now. I mean, is there right now?
Yeah, you can play 3DS, but you just can't do all the extra shit.
Yeah, all that extra stuff you can't get. So,
but you can still play the game.
You can still play it, yeah. I feel like that they're gonna do it because the thing is, 9 is one of the most popular entries in the entire series, and they probably want to cash in on people's nostalgia for it. I think it's the
highest selling one in the US. I think, right?
It is the highest selling one in the US. It sold more than 11. People think 11 sold more, but 11 actually didn't sell as much as has 9. 9 sold more in the US.
Wow. Okay.
What the hell? Okay.
Did more people own a 3DS than the Switch? Like, what's the sales numbers on those?
Well, I think. I don't know. In Japan or here?
Just in general.
I have to look that up. I'm pretty sure 3DS sold quite a bit. It's still a decent amount.
Because Switch is on the fast track right now of sales. It's doing pretty good.
Everyone wants a Switch. Everyone wants one.
We talked about it earlier, the ability
As
to
they
go,
should.
the ability to go portable, like, and then also hook it up to your TV.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like, dude, it's like, and then you have different controllers too. You can get the Super Nintendo controller, the GameCube
Yeah.
controller. Like, there's all these
I prefer
different.
the I prefer the Pro controller. It's really nice. It's got that perfect amount of weight to it.
Yeah, I mean, there's still more they could do. Like, I like the fact that they have old games. Like, for example, I have Final Fantasy X, 10-2 on there. I like the fact they have old games. They're bringing them back, but I feel like there's more they could do.
Yeah, I feel like one of the things they really need to service,
What?
because like it's not like their on way they handle like
Also,
friend codes and all that. It needs work, you know.
It does. I agree with you, and I feel like also, like, I think it needs more hard drive space. I have an SD card or whatever, but I think it needs more.
Yeah, I agree. Or at least like a way to like hook up like kind of like how like a lot of consoles now have, where you can like an external hard drive would be nice.
Or like a thumb drive and a USB or something.
Yeah, that too.
Might work.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, either or really would be great.
Oh yeah. Yes, Josh. There is. Dragon Quest X is cross-platform.
Yep, can confirm that. We did that. We did a few 10 streams before.
Yeah, which is fucking awesome. But guess what? We don't
Yeah.
have it. Fucking assholes.
Learn Japanese now.
And also, what would be our controversial, unpopular DQ opinion?
That's
I don't
better than
know.
Fantasy.
I feel like my controversial opinion is like some of the music's not great.
Okay, I'm probably gonna catch a lot of flack for this, but
You hate the slime, we get it.
no. I know. I'm gonna say maybe as a whole, Fantasy's music is a bit better than Dragon Quest's.
No, man, no. Get out of here.
I'm sorry, dude.
It really
No,
is.
it's not. Better than 3 and 4?
Oh, I mean,
maybe not better than those, but like Final Fantasy has more good music than Dragon Quest does. Just overall.
Okay, that might be true, but 3 and 4 blow everything else out of the water, bro.
well, I mean, I love Final Fantasy IV soundtrack. I love Final Fantasy VI's soundtrack.
Me too, and 7.
Yeah,
Those three-
and
and even 8 has a good soundtrack. Even 9 has a good
yeah.
soundtrack. No,
Yeah.
Most of them have a good soundtrack.
Nobuo Uematsu, bro. But I feel like for like, I'm gonna get shit for this, but I don't care. Dragon Quest 9 soundtrack,
Yeah.
8 was good. 9 was
11 is, it feels like a greatest hits album.
Yeah, 11's more greatest hits.
but I'm okay with that.
I mean, it's
They did that on
original
purpose
song
because it's like the 30th anniversary game and all that. I know they did that on purpose.
Yeah, and that's fine.
The MIDI tracks really killed the first playthrough for me, but once we got the orchestral stuff with the Switch, oh, I was so happy.
But even the MIDI sounds good if you ask me, bro.
I don't know, like the only one that I really was okay with for the MIDI tracks was like Hato. Just because like it just had like a nice like vibe to it. Some of the others kind of felt weird.
Yeah, I do think the soundtracks are, if I'm being honest, this is like, I love Dragon Quest, but I do think that the soundtracks have been getting worse. Like overall, like there's a lot of pieces of music in like 8 9, and 11 that are very forgettable.
Yeah.
And they're like, you know what I'm saying? But like 3, 4, and even 2 are like phenomenal start to finish. I think start to finish, you could pop any of those CDs in and listen, and it'll be a good time.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, but trust me, I would never shit on Final Fantasy soundtrack, bro, because they're all great too. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Even 1 has a good soundtrack. The very first Final Fantasy.
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
And 2. Yeah. That's good shit, bro.
Every JRPG needs a really good sound.
Right, Breath of Fire 2 had an amazing soundtrack. That's another one.
Mhm.
The other day I was playing UN today UN Squadron on stream, and that had a great soundtrack too, and so did Strikers 1945. Video games, some badass songs, bro.
I wonder what the soundtrack for like the tie-in game is going to be like. Think it'll just use the same soundtrack from the anime, or do you think?
Probably. Couple new songs, maybe.
Yeah. Hope it's good.
Alright, so here's another question. Do you think Persona would be as popular if it didn't have good music or social links?
Nope, absolutely not. Nobody will care about it at all.
Oh boy! All right, Allie hit 500.
She did.
Haha. Yep, we did it.
We have to reveal our face now, or is it 600?
Romeo.
Okay.
Yeah, she just posted something. She's like, she's trying to get the followers to drop now.
Come on, bro. What is this game?
Okay.
Hey, if she didn't want it to happen, she shouldn't have said anything. What were we saying?
Oh, here's a good question from the chat.
Bro, watch her like reveal her face, and she's like a 10 out of 10, bro. Bro, we're gonna be so mad. I'm like, come on.
Okay, so all right. Okay. We have a good question here. So which Dragon Quest protagonist do you guys think you could beat in a hand-to-hand fight?
None of them.
None, bro. Are you kidding me? These motherfuckers fight dragons.
Wait,
Are you crazy?
What was the question again?
Which protagonist can you beat in a hand-to-hand fight? None, bro. They fight dragons.
Dog. Like, I think the closest anybody in general could get to like whooping a protagonist is maybe the protagonist from like 2.
No, are you nuts?
He's so
The motherfucker
strong.
Bro, first of all, he wears goggles. Second of all, he's fucking like fighting. No, he has weapons and shit, bro.
Again, I said the closest. I didn't
Bro,
say
the
you could
closest
actually
you're gonna
do it.
get- No, the closest you're gonna get is if you fight the guy from 5 when he was a kid, and even he's gonna whoop your ass, bro.
Oh yeah, true. You make
He's
a
like a
good
baby
point.
and he's
The
running
guy
weapons.
from 5, that's it.
You make a good point.
Maybe the guy from 7 is like a little midget, bro, but he still whoop your ass.
Yeah,
All right.
he can class change on you.
All right. So we have another question about 12. Let's see. I know that we will not see this game for a while, but what will you guys like to see and improve on for Dragon Quest 12? I definitely set the class system back.
Ooh, that's
Yeah.
a good idea. I like that.
Yeah, I want
I
classes
agree.
back as well.
Class system, maybe like male, female protagonist options, maybe a little bit of customization, just not too insane, you know.
I like the idea of doing customization like 9. Not too much, but like you could kind of do your own armor combinations for just physical appearance, you know? Maybe.
Yeah, I'd also like maybe some hair options and stuff, just because like I'm not super into 11's hairdo.
Well, also, the problem is that with the cutscenes, like the animated ones, it's gonna be hard if you change the way they look. So
I mean, all they gotta do is kind of do what they do with 9, and just like
Well, on
just have it from a first-person perspective, or just like have them like covered up or something.
or just did the cutscenes with the game engine rather than doing pre-rendered cutscenes.
Yeah, because there's not a lot of those anyways. Games.
All right, here's a good one. So, which class system do you guys like best? Dragon Quest 3, 9, or 6, or 7? Oh wow, that's a
Ooh, I actually really like 6's, the tournament style.
right. Yeah,
I
this is
really
a hard
like that.
answer.
I like 3 also. 3's the perfect game, bro.
3's really good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna replay 3 here soon.
I'm gonna say 3 because you just turned the goof off into the sage.
It's really hard to get the goof up to level 20 though.
Yeah.
It's hard, you said? I think it's pretty easy if you ask me.
I mean, from the beginning to the end. If you grab one and take him to the wild and